Yo, what's good? What's good? What it do, my nation? Welcome everybody already in the building. Hawaiian Candy, John Leone. Appreciate you pulling up. First ones in the building. Um, man, we got some news today. So, Colton Miller. Hold up. Shit, time out. That's gonna be an echo. Hope it wasn't echoing already. Um, Colton Miller. You know, not in the unmandatory camp with the rest of the fellows in the building. Um, Rumor is on the streets that the man wants a new deal. He has 1 year left. So we'll break that down. We'll get into that. Also, Armand Bimbu, the talk of the nation. Reports are the Raiders might be looking to go tackle at number 6. We'll get into that. Let me know how y'all feel about that. And then also, we have some crazy mock drafts. No, not from me. From some other folks. PFF. Hold up. Sorry, I gotta find this. So PFF. Um, Probably should pull it up, but I'm just gonna roll with it real quick. So PFF grade has the Tennessee Titans. I mean, who do you think it is? It's Cambord. Come on. But the biggest question in this draft is not number 1, right? It's who's gonna be number 2. Dos Equis. Is it Travis Hunter? Is it another tackle? Or is it Abdul Carter? Well, the Cleveland Browns decide to go with the second pick in the 2025 draft. It's Travis Hunter. Which I was pretty shocked. To be even more shocked, they have the 3rd pick overall, the New York Giants selecting. You would think it's Abdul Carter, right? No. Shador Sanders. So, big twist, late popping off. Also, the New England Patriots. You would think it would be a tackle, right? Will Campbell? No, absolutely not. It is Abdul Carter, Penn State, going number 4. Jacksonville Jaguars, they take none other than Mason Graham. And I really wish they don't, hope they don't take Mason Graham, just so everybody on the planet could be absolutely wrong. Because somebody's got to pick, besides the 4 or 5 people that have, somebody's got to pick a different position for this cat. Like, damn. I've seen a couple where he falls into the teens, which that wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me at all. If it was my mock draft, I think he went late teens. But next up, the Las Vegas Raiders. Let me get a comment. Arnie Gaza, what's good? Jose, appreciate you pulling up in the building. So who do you think PFF mock draft has the Raiders taking at number 6? Do you think it's Ashton Genty, Jalen Walker, the man I took yesterday, Nick Emanwari, or a man that I've had mocked for the last, I don't know, couple weeks? If it's not Ashton Genty for me, it is this man, Texas corner Jahdae Barron. So, somebody's been watching my mock drafts, or somebody knows some info that we don't know, because the last couple mock drafts and ESPN and NFL Insiders and every show I've watched lately has Jahdae Barron flying up the boards. So that would be crazy, right? It says, while though drafting running back Ashton Genty has been tempting for new Raiders head coach Pete Carroll, this is a deep running back class in which a starter can be acquired in later rounds. Here Carroll goes for his first positional love. A talented defensive back, a versatile Baron, started out outside corner, slot corner, and safety in college. His 9.1 PFF coverage grade in 2004 ranked first in the defensive class among all defensive backs. Yes, that's right, Will Johnson. Yes, that's right, Travis Hunter. All defensive backs. And I've been screaming for shit, I don't know, probably the last couple weeks, 3 weeks at least. If it's not Genty, that's who I want. I have four guys. I have 4 guys on my list. Genty, Jade, Jahad Campbell, and then Nick Emmanwori, of course. I mean, it's just got Pete Carroll written all over him. So, Geo Max, what's good? What's good? Shout out to everybody in the building. What y'all got? Nope, no echo. Hell yeah. Oh shit, I forgot to start my intro. Honda 8.0 mock draft tomorrow. Man, I ain't even fucking. I mean, if he's got the biggest insider, right? He's in the building. He talks to everybody. So I just don't see Hondo putting out mock drafts that would have, besides Ashton Genty at 1, that would be anywhere close to who the Raiders are looking at. Because as a reporter for the Raiders, that's probably, you probably want to give the rest of the 31 teams and let everybody know, oh, Hondo has this dude mocked, but it could be a ploy, like the title says. It's smokescreen season, so we'll get into Armand here in a little bit, but let's just break down the rest of these real fast. I told y'all, and I keep telling y'all, Tyler Warren, Penn State, is going in the top 10. There's no way this kid falls out of the top 10. We said that about Brock Bowers last year, right? Everybody said there's no way he goes out of the top 10. He's top 5 easily. Well, he fell to 13. But this year, after the numbers Brock Bowers had, breaking all rookie records, just shattering shit, I don't think that mistake will happen again. This is a big reason I think Ashton Genty goes where he goes. The Carolina Panthers. I did a mock 2 days ago. The first time I ever did a mock where I picked everybody, all 32 teams in the first round. I might break that out tomorrow and go over that. Since I've been going over everybody else's, I don't think mine's as crazy as I thought it was. So if we have enough time, shit, I don't know, I might do that tonight. But I got some other shit we got to talk about. The New Orleans Saints. What'd I say last night? The New Orleans Saints. If they take a quarterback at 9, I don't believe it's Shador. I really feel it's Jackson Dart. But something tells me that I just don't think they take one at 9. I think if they're going to try, I believe they have like 7, 8 picks, 9 picks. I don't know. I think they have pretty much enough picks where they can move back up into the first round if somebody's there. But they also have a guy they drafted last year that, showed flashes that, if you have to, and we don't know what's going on with Derek Carr. He might not have surgery. You don't know. It could be all just another smoke screen. It is smoke screen season. So they say where there's smoke, there's fire, but that's not always the case. Sometimes the fireman gets there and puts that shit out before it starts to burn. So it might be smoldering, but it might not be fired yet. So Jackson Dart to Ole Miss. The Chicago Bears take Ashton Genty. He falls all the way to 10. He's not getting past that. Absolutely none. And they have Ashton Genty, right? I have to bring this up because earlier today I did a mock draft. And I took Ashton Genty at number 1 on PFF. And they gave me a B grade. But on this right here, it clearly says PFF Ashton Genty top 5 pick, A grade, which I don't understand. But the San Francisco 49ers take Armand Membu at number 11, which I thought was a wild pick. I think they have more needs than that, but they do have, offensive. I think their right tackle is getting up there in age, so that wouldn't be a bad pick. But there are some people that have them mocked going to the Raiders. So I just don't see Spytek. I mean, I went back and I looked at the 2019, 2020, 21, 22. And maybe we'll go over that here in a second. I can pull that up and we'll break that down. But it's always different, right? They went tackle. What else did they go? Linebacker or something. I don't know, but they mixed it up. They mixed it up. So, and then the end of the rounds, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7. It seemed like 2020. I think they took a running back, and then the next 2 picks later took a running back, and then the next year they took a linebacker at that spot, and then 2 picks later took a linebacker. So maybe there's a pattern there. Maybe there's not a pattern there. But I did go back and look at college stats of the guy that they drafted first in the first round. They're pretty damn similar. Pretty close. Tedero McMillan to the Dallas Cowboys. Miami Dolphins select Will Campbell, LSU. That's right. Will Campbell falls all the way to 13, which, doesn't surprise me because if he's going to play guard in the NFL because people think his, arms aren't long enough. But if you haven't checked it out, go check out my man's interview. They asked him what he thought about people saying his arms were too short to play tackle. And he had a very interesting answer. So, yeah, I thought it was hilarious. Jahad Campbell, Indianapolis Colts. My favorite linebacker in this draft. The Colts get a steal at 14. The Falcons, no trades here. Shamar Stewart, Texas A&M. That's huge for them. Wilt Johnson falls all the way to 16 with the Arizona Cardinals. Huge pickup for them, especially if they're going to play a lot of zone. Cincinnati Bengals take Mike Green, edge out of Marshall. Seattle Seahawks take another edge. Donovan Izaraku, I don't know, Boston College. Malik Starks, safety out of Georgia, falls to the Tampa Bay Bucks at 19. The Broncos take Colston Loveland, another dangerous tight end. Pittsburgh Steelers, with 2 quarterbacks off the board, take Jalen Milroe at 21. So maybe that's the reason Jalen Milroe's in the building. The Los Angeles Chargers go defensive tackle and take Kenneth Grant out of Michigan. That's scary for us, bro. That's nasty right there. Damn, the Chargers are getting scary good. The Green Bay Packers give what I believe is pretty much, there's 4 or 5, 6, 7 edges that are, I believe, on my grade. It's splitting hairs. It's very damn close. So to get a steal, and Mikael Williams, we talked about him a couple days ago. The man hurt his leg in the second game of the season, played all year injured, and still put up the numbers he did. 34 and 3/8 inch arms, 260 pounds, 6'5". It's just scary. Just scary. That dude's gonna be a problem. He's gonna be a problem. And the Green Bay Packers are gonna be dangerous as hell next year if that happens. Minnesota Vikings take my guy Gray Zabel, North Dakota State. with a 93.1 PFF grade. I mean, not many guards, because the rumor is he's going to play guard. I'll get to the chats here in a second. The rumor is he's going to play guard. I guess that's not too high for a guard spot. But still, I've been saying shit since the combine, pretty much. Once I seen that dude run in the combine, his drills in the combine. Actually, before that, the Senior Bowl and the practices, I was like, who the hell is that? Started watching tape, and I was like, damn, he's in my top 5 or 6 offensive linemen. Houston, Texas. Take Texas Calvin Banks Jr. at tackle. That's going to be huge for CJ Stroud. The Rams. Damn. It's a good thing. It's a damn good thing. We took Jahdae Barron, 6th overall, because the 4th probably best corner in this draft, in my opinion, and it's very tight between, 3. Actually between all of them. It in my opinion, athletic wise, maybe not grade wise, but athletic wise, damn. Trey Amos at Ole Miss corner at 26 to the Los Angeles Rams. The Baltimore Ravens take a chance and swing for the fences with the trouble, the off the football field shit that's going on, or whatever he's got going on. Swing for the fence, take James Pierce, Tennessee. The Detroit Lions take Nick Sorton, Texas A&M. That's absolute A right there, falling. Damn. 28. Washington Commanders take Maxwell Harrison from Kentucky. The Buffalo Bills take Walter Nolan at Ole Miss. And the Kansas City Chiefs, bro. Kansas City Chiefs. Ohio State's Josh Simmons. I hope that's not the case. I hope they try to move up for that dude. Because I believe, in my opinion, he's right up there with the first. I mean, all these guys in this draft, right? He's got longer length. If he wasn't hurt and he played, in the big games that he didn't get to play in against those top schools, I think he would have showed that he's right up there, if not one of the best in this draft, in my opinion. So Kansas City always coming out drafting good. Nick Emanwari, if he falls all the way to 32, there is no way in hell that I believe that the Raiders don't move up in this spot to take him. Oh, that is one. Man, we talked about his size, 6'3", 220. I thought he ran a 4.39. I guess it's a 4.38. Not that really blink of an eye matters, but still. Not to mention, I forgot this fact. He had a 43-inch vertical. I mean, yes, he's 6'3", but come on, 43-inch vertical and an 11'6" broad jump. That's standing still, jumping as far as you can. That's insane. Like, dude's jumping over cars and trucks and shit. So with that athleticism, I picked yesterday. Those of you that were with me seen that I went a little crazy. I took Emanwari at 6, and then I took Jahdae Barron. Moved back up to get him. And I can see the Raiders moving, again, if they take him, Barron at 6 and Nick Emanwari sitting there anywhere from 20 back, I could really see them moving up to get him. So that's that draft. Let me know what y'all think. Was there anybody, who was your biggest surprise out of that? And I gotta scroll back up into these to get to the comments. But yeah, let me know who was your biggest surprise. With Colton Miller holding out, does it mean we are at play with Campbell or Mimbu? Well, for one, it's not mandatory workouts. It's voluntary workouts, so I don't know unless I missed something somewhere, which could happen. Um, I don't I don't see him holding out. I haven't heard any mention of holding out. Now it might have been brought up, but it's not a holdout until it's mandatory and he decides not to come. There are rumors that he does want an extension. Now, if that's the case, how much does Spytek and Pete Carroll and Tom Brady and Mark Davis, don't forget Mark Davis still, um, because I'm sure Colton's been, one of the only Oakland Raiders left besides Max Crosby, um, and our kicker. Like everybody else is pretty much gone. So I know that doesn't mean shit to most people, but to me that means a lot. But the contract, the contract deal depends on what he's asking. I believe right now he's getting 12 something or 14, 12 or 14 this year. And, you know, it's the last year, right? It's a contract year. You would think in a contract year, you would be at unmandatory workouts, working out with your boys. JP's there. JPJ is there every morning with Max Crosby, first one in the building. We all seen the videos, them walking in. Get in there, bro. Get in there with your boys. Get that camaraderie. Like, a tight offensive line is one of the best things you could have in football, right? If those guys are close, as close as they could be, and get to know each other. So, I mean, to me as a veteran, you should be taking that time. As a captain, you should be showing these younger guys, being in the building. But I know some people in the off season have their own workout regimen and they have their own shit they like to do. So, I mean, it is what it is. But let me know how y'all feel. How do y'all feel about it? Do you feel like Colton Miller, if you're trying to get an extension, right? If you're trying to get an extension, shouldn't you be in the building proving you're worth it? I mean, show me your worth. Because last year you were hurt. You cost this team. I mean, what do you have? He gave up 9 sacks last year. That's as many touchdowns as Jack Jones gave up. So, yeah, bro, I don't know. For me, a contract extension, I'm not mad about it. If they believe, he can stay healthy and he's worth it. He is getting up there, what, 28? I know that's not up there, but it's up there for, you start getting injuries. Those injuries start wearing. So you're not in the building, shit like that. In my opinion, if you want that contract, prove you want that contract. Oh, we got no guaranteed money this year? Oh. Needs Duts says no guaranteed money. Well, then Colton Miller might be on a trading block. I'm just saying. First time here, just subscribe, my guy. Jose, appreciate you, my guy. Appreciate you. Running back or O line. I'm down with that. I like the corner though. I like the corner. I'm not gonna be mad. Well, I'll be lying. I will be mad for a couple scenarios. If a couple scenarios happen, and if you watch this channel enough, you should know what those scenarios are. One is probably a T-Mac. The other is going to be, the guy that everybody has going to the Jags at 5. And a couple more players. But if we miss on the guys that are obvious, the best players in this draft at their positions and their positions of need for us, to me, it's a failure. Like, it's a failure. Now, you can say we're building the trenches, we're building for the future, and yes, we need a right guard. Now, I've been saying, not right guard. We need a right tackle. I'm sorry. DJ Glaze, yes, he was a rookie, but damn, after watching more film, he got cooked a lot more than I thought. Now, most of the film breakdowns I was doing, we were looking at Gardner Minshew, which, I mean, you see the offensive line, and yes, you see the pressure getting to him, but when you just pay attention to DJ Glaze one-on-one, man, I don't know. That's a big step he has to take, in my opinion, to go from a guy that's graded at the bottom of all tackles. I mean, that's a huge jump. But if anybody can do it, it's the mule DJ Glaze, right? The guy's a freak. He shouldn't have been in there. He was a third round pick. There's no way he should have been playing, but circumstances beyond, beyond control, the man had to be in there, and he held his own for the most part. Not a lot of camp. The beginning of the camp, Munford was that guy, right? Once DJ Glaze finally got one snap against Max Crosby, he started getting more and more. And then when Munford got hurt, it was over, right? So I would love to see DJ Glaze just move to guard. I think give him time there. In camps, practices, whatever, you can play him at right tackle. He's already played that position. If something happens, but man, if we can go get Armin Membu, I don't think I'd be mad at it. At first, I was like, man, I don't feel he's worth a 6th-round pick. I don't feel Campbell's worth a 6th-round pick, especially with the position of need we have now. Looking over PFF grades, bro, Jordan Meredith, that everybody says can't play guard. Not only was he the highest rated lineman on our offensive line last year, he was the 5th highest rated guard in the NFL. All the NFL. And it's very close to the other guys. So Meredith not only held his own, he was top of the class at his position. Pass grade, run grade. Meredith was a dude. So, man, you can maybe move him over to left guard. Let him play left guard. Let DJ Glaze play right guard, and go get Membu if they feel that that's their dude. Like I said, I don't believe that is, but if Spytek and Carroll believe that that's the guy for the future, and he's not going to be a Alex Leatherwood, then for albeit, bro, go swing for the fences, secure our offensive line, because I think that one piece, depending on what they do with Colton Miller, but we do have Munford, who I've said ever since he started playing left tackle, he was better at left tackle than right tackle. It seemed to me that's more of a natural spot for him. So we do have that option. But getting a top tackle in this draft solidifies that offensive line, helps Geno. We could still get a running back in the 3rd. If we could get Travion Henderson and Membu, I'm totally fine with that. I would be silent and not bitching and complaining like I usually do. Does this help? Oh, that's a little better. So what else we got? What do we got? So yeah, I don't think he's holding out, but I do believe offensive line is in play, and I just don't feel it's 1st round. Now there's some guys 2nd or 3rd round. Could be a possibility. 1st round, also a possibility. Shit, I probably should have wrote them down. I don't think I have. I have a couple guys on my tablet, but I'm not getting up to get it. I didn't write down. I guess we'll pull that up for tomorrow. But there's some offensive linemen I believe you can get of value. But it's just value, right? They're not starters for the future. They're not those close to blue chip guys that is going to be a plug in and play guy that you don't have to worry about for the next 6, 7, 8, 10 years. They're not that guy, right? There's probably maybe two more that are very underrated that I think could be 1st round guys. And then after that, the drop's a little rough. So if we are trying to build the trenches now, then I mean you got to take one of those guys. I just don't know if either one of those guys are the guy for the future. Like Minbu had great stats, right? He had an okay year, or a pretty solid ass year. He's a bulldozer in the run game. That's a fact. But he's not great in pass pro. He's not. It's not. It's good. It's good, but it's far from great. There's a lot of work to be done in pass pro. Geno is going to be standing in the pocket an awful lot. He's a pocket passer, whether you want to admit it or not. The dude's going to be in the pocket. Do we really need a right guard, or I mean a right tackle, drafted at 6 that can't do both? That's going to take work. To me, if you got to work on one position or another, you're not worth the top 10 pick. Now, I know everybody's going to have shit they got to work on. It's college. That's the way shit goes. Not everybody's going to be perfect. However, those guys go in the later rounds or in the second round. You don't take a guy that's, probably why Shador is falling on a lot, because they're like, man, he holds the ball too long. There's a lot of things that he would have to correct at the next level. Sitting would be great, but they don't. Who wants to draft a guy at third and let him sit for a year, dude? That's a lot. That's a lot. The fan base is gonna go crazy, especially ours. So, do you take a guy like Minbu, who didn't break any records, wasn't even close to any tackle records, didn't break any pressure records, or none of that shit, wasn't even close. Then you got a guy that is our biggest need, in my opinion, if not corner or linebacker. It's up there. They're pretty even. I think running back is just on the first tier. The other two are on the second tier. We could get away with, I believe, in any round or free agency. There's guys, people are talking about being traded. Ramsey, Jair Alexander, which damn, pull the trigger. Everybody keeps saying pull the trigger on Ramsey. Take Jair. Please just listen to me one time. Every time I try to say shit, nobody listens, and then they go somewhere else, and I'm like, try to tell y'all. Just take Jair. I know he's got injury problems. He only played 14 games in the last 2 years. I get all that shit. Take a chance. Just take the chance, bro. He's worth it. Especially if you're trading for him, you get a 1-year deal. But anyways, to switch subjects, Genty is special, bro. Campbell's average. First round, there's a lot of guys that come out that do good. There's a lot of guys that fail. There's a lot of guys the same, as Membu. Can't pass block as good as they can run block. Sometimes they do good, sometimes they fail. Alex Leatherwood is a perfect example of that. The dude dominated at Alabama. The film didn't lie. It was all there. Now, there was a bunch of red flags, but he was still good as hell. But he was not good in the pros. So, because you're good there, doesn't mean you're going to be good in the pros. However, at running back, when you destroy every single record, when you have more yards hit behind the line of scrimmage than almost every running back in college football last year, when you're doing shit like that, when you're 20 yards away from Barry Sanders, that's special. And how do you pass on special to take an average tackle that you can get any year, that you might could get later in the rounds or in the second round, a guy that is going to be pretty close. The fuck is his name? I don't know, but there's tackles. People have been talking about Grant lately. Emory out of Maryland. I just watched a video on that dude from Todd McShay. Go check it out. McShay says dudes like that, with his size, his strength, his speed, his footwork don't fail. They don't fail in the NFL. So if you can get a dude like that, because people are sleeping on him in the second round, I'm going that way. I'd rather take a chance on a guy in the second round than having a bust in the first. And I'm not saying either one of these guys are going to be a bust, but there is a big chance that both of them might have to be moved inside to play right guard. Now they'll get a deal done. Still got some bread left. I mean, we got plenty of money for Colton. It's just how much does he want? Look at the tackles right now. I mean, look at what guards are getting. There's guards getting 20 million. There's guards that have been in the NFL for 2-3 years getting 20 million. Colt Miller been a lifer, a lifer in the NFL. Top 12 easily every year except for probably last year. You don't think that's worth more than 12 or 15 mil? Like, what's the hold on, let me see something. Let me see something. Top tackle salary. Damn it, I should have just went to over the cap. My bad. Give me one more second. There we go. Over the cap. So, Tristan Wirth, Panay Sewell, however you say that. 28 mil average. Trent Williams, 27. Christian Darrisaw, 26. Lane Johnson, 25. Jeez Louise. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 27, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 45, 46. Did I pass some shit? No. Bro, there's about 40 something offensive linemen making more than Colton Miller is right now. So it's not going to be cheap. He's going to want a bag. It's going to be up there, 20, 25 mil. Are we willing to pay Colton Miller, who had his worst season last year, gave up 7+ sacks with countless amount of pressures? Yeah, he was injured. Yes, he was rated an overall 80 by the season end. From December on, he was the dominant tackle he usually is. So, is it worth that money? I mean, is it worth paying that dude? Let me know. Who replaced Bosa for the Chargers? Somebody in this draft. Oh, probably. Rebel, which prospect looks the best in the silver and black? Number 2, Sanders, Genty, or Johnson? Come on, man. It's Genty. It's Genty. It's not even a question. No doubt it. Biggest surprise, Barron at 6. Arnie Garza, you don't trust in me yet? Come on, my guy. I thought we were tight. You think Barron at 6 was the... I've been talking about Barron at 6 if it's not Genty or trade back. I've been on that trade back, but lately, I don't know. Jahad Barron just The more I watch tape, I just can't. I can't. There's no way you could pass on that kid. If it's 6, now 3 maybe, but damn, 6? No, no, no guaranteed money this year. Oh yeah, I got to that. Yeah, that's rough for Colton Miller. So no guaranteed. There could be a holdout. There could be a holdout, or there could be a damn right straight trade out on draft day. And it just so seems, I guess it would be 2 years away, but no, it'd be one. I've seemed to be a year late on everything. I had a bunch of shit last year that I said was gonna happen. Ended up happening a year later this year. Couple things. Um, but another thing I talked about last year's draft was trading Devontae and Colton Miller to go up to try to get one of those quarterbacks that we wanted. Like, it didn't have to be second. We didn't have to move up for JD5. We could have moved up to third and still had a Drake May. Still could have had Bo Nix. Still could have had Michael Penis. Still could have had Penix. Um Still could have had JJ McCarthy. You know, we could have had a quarterback last year easily, and still had our 13th pick. I believe if you would have packaged Devontae and Colton Miller, and then Colton Miller comes out, has one of his worst years, and now he's guaranteed no money, and it's gonna be contract talks. And of course, you're gonna have contract talks when you got no guaranteed money. But then you got Jacoby Myers. Let me ask you this: type JM for Jacoby Myers or CM for Colton Miller. Who are you extending first? I believe they both are on the last year. No guaranteed monies. Who you paying first? Is it Jacoby? 1,000 yards, no drops. Gonna help Geno tremendously. Or is it Colton Miller? Because in my opinion, both right now, that's all our cap. Like, that's all. That's all. I mean, I'm sure they can go around it. They got their ways to get around that shit. But Rebel give Miller Myers a 2-year extension for both ASAP. Trade away AOC, Tyree Wilson, Zamir White on draft day. Why? Why? I'm gonna be honest. I'd rather let Cole Miller go. I'm telling you right now. I'd rather let Cole Miller go. We have Dalton Wagner. We have Munford. We have shit, I'll get to all those guys. I'm gonna break down the roster here in a minute. 22 mil. That's what I just said. I should have read this fucking comments farther down. But my bad. Shout out to the 12 people in the building. Hit that like, subscribe, follow if you're liking this content. If not, just keep watching. Or don't. It's up to you. I think Myers is. I think it's Jacoby. You're not gonna get another receiver like Jacoby in the NFL. They don't make him like that anymore. The dude does all the dirty work. He blocks. He'll pick guys. He'll screen. He can run reverses. There's nothing he won't do, right? You can put him on the outside. You can put him on the slot. You can put him anywhere. It really doesn't matter. You probably put him at tight end. I'm sure the dude could hold his own there. Like, he might get ran over because he's a little bit light. But I guarantee you, if you're you're blitzing a corner or something, or one of them linebackers, dude's gonna hold his own. He's hold his own against linebackers. I've seen a couple times. I've seen him light linebackers up, like, just put them on their ass. So Jacoby Myers is him, bro. He does all that work, and to me, he deserves it. He deserves it. We got him on a steal for the 11 mil or whatever he played for the first season was an absolute robbery, bro. We should have never had him for never ever had him for that little amount of money. And then the next year he misses 2 3 games and still goes out, has 1,000 yards, no drops. That's to me that's priceless, bro. You got to take care of the guys like that. You can't do guys that do all the dirty work that help your team win, um, that are good locker room guys, that are good character guys, that need to be Raiders, that need to be representing guys in the building. You can't let those guys go, man. You got to take care of them, especially when they came in early, came in getting shit, right? That was a good ass deal to get Jacoby in for what we got him at. I think 11 the first year, like he's what 14 now. Pay the man, pay the man. Again, I love Colt Miller. He's been here a long time. Extend him too, but you're gonna have to work that contract right. And I don't know if he's worth being one of the top paid tackles in the NFL. I believe he feels that way. So it just depends on how those talks go, and again, how the Raiders feel. If they feel like Colton Miller, is worth bringing back and giving that money to, they're gonna bring him back. However, there's a couple tackles in this draft that are left tackles that I thought the Raiders, might not even look at because Colton Miller has that position on lockdown, and we have Mumford that can play that position, behind him if he has to. But now, I mean, damn, if they draft a left tackle, say goodbye to Colt Miller, in my opinion. Like, because I think right tackle is our biggest need on the offensive line. It's not even a question. We could use another guard. I'd love to have another beast like a JPJ at the guard position. I don't think Alex Kappa's going to do it unless, somehow he just gets back to his 2 year, 3 year ago form overnight. I don't think that's happening. So we could use another guard. But I really believe right tackle is a position of need more than I ever thought. Like over the last 2 days, I'm just like, damn. And PFF, I paid for PFF again, so I could go back and have grades and shit before the draft and afterwards. And I was looking at Mumford in our offensive line, and it's not as good as I thought it was, to be honest with you. And I know it's just PFF grades, and tape don't lie. So I had to put on the film, and I wasn't very impressed with our right tackle. Again, we have different staff. It's going to be his second year. I'm going to cut him slack. I cut Aiden O'Connell slack. I'm going to cut all the rookies slack that have to come in and play, that are not ready, that shouldn't be playing on any team. You got to give those guys, some kind of slack. So we'll see what he does in the preseason and in camp. I'm really intrigued to see what happens, but I believe right tackle is the spot. And if we pick left tackle, to me it says a lot. It says a lot. But if Colton Miller trying to get that extension, bro, you should be in the building showing them you want to be that dude. Did I miss something? I don't know. Rebel, how mad would you be if we pass on Genties, Sanders, and Graham? Well, probably a 1. It depends on who they take. If they trade back, I'm not gonna be mad at all. Trade back makes all the sense in the world, especially if you're trying to get Jade or Jahad Campbell or Jalen Walker. I'm good with any of those three. Nick Eamon-Wari, I'm solid. I'm solid with those dudes. Emeka Ibuka, I wouldn't be mad at that in the first round. There's a couple cats that I wouldn't be mad if we trade back. So if we trade back, I'm not mad at all. If we pass on Genty and don't trade back and take Mason Graham or Sanders, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be wasted talent pissed when we drafted Brock Bowers. I'm gonna be wasted talent pissed when we drafted Who the hell did you flip out about last time? I'm gonna be that pissed, bro. I'm gonna lose my mind. So if we pass on Sanders, that's what you're gonna see me doing. I'm gonna be happy because I know we're gonna get a position of need, and quarterback is not it right at the moment. We got Geno, we have Aiden, we got Carter Bradley. It's no longer the position of need. It's running back, corner, and linebacker. Mason Graham, it's a defensive tackle. That's not a position of need. Now, yes, I would love to see another defensive tackle in this draft. We have 3 6-round picks. There's a crazy stacked defensive class. Now, I know the drop off. I know what rounds it is. But there's still talent in the 6th round. There's startable talent in the 6th round at defensive tackle. There's startable talent. Maybe not startable. Not all 3 down startable. But there's, playable running backs in the 6th round. Might have to work on holding on to the ball. But there are playable guys. We talked about how deep this running back class is. And I was one of those dudes. This running back class is so deep. It's not. It's really not. It's first tier, second tier, third tier of maybe 5, 6 guys, and then it's a free for all from there. There's about 25 guys that you could take or not take, and you don't know what you're gonna get. So you're going to get production, but you're not going to get starters. And there could be a couple that sneak in there. I guarantee you, Devin Neal, cats like that are going to sneak in there. But that's not the deepest position. So taking defensive tackle at 6 doesn't make sense. That's our strongest position on the field. By far. It's not even close. We have 4 starters and, potential Pro Bowlers, in my opinion. Max Crosby, Christian Wilkins, Malcolm Kuntz, I think could all easily make the Pro Bowl. Adam Butler, depending on how much playtime, could be close. He should make it for the money he's getting. I'm just saying. But that's our strongest, Then the backups, we have Tyree Wilson, we have Jonah Lalu, as I was checking out PFF grade, was ranked higher than Adam Butler. That's right, higher than Adam Butler. We just paid Adam Butler a shit ton of money, but we got a guy that had a better year in a couple months. Like, more pressures, tackles, and Jonah Lalu that I've been talking about a long time. Rosetown, Jason, what's good? Jonah, appreciate you pulling up. Nez Dutz, if I didn't say what's good, I forgot, but I did see you. So yeah, I'm not gonna be mad. I'm not gonna be mad on Sanders. I will actually be happy. I'm not gonna be mad if we pass on Graham. I'm gonna be tickled pink. I'll be probably the only content creator, which I like being, on YouTube, that's gonna be jumping up and down if their name's not called until I find out who the name is, because I could be pissed again. 22 M's for who? Who getting 22 M's? I want 22 M's. Rebel, who are your dreams prospects? 637, Minor, Hunter, Higgins, and Henderson. Triple H. What are you, Hunter Semsley? You got Triple H in the house. That's a good one. That's a very good one, Arnie Garza. I like Travis Hunter. I like Jaden Higgins. And I'm this close away from saying Travion Henderson is the best back in this draft. It's up there, bro. I know he's not as special. I know the records ain't close, but he also had another 1,000-yard back in Quinshon Judkins on next to him. There's no telling what he could have did being the sole proprietor of that running back room, no telling what that kid could have done. It could be astronomically crazy. Like it really could have. No fumbles. Um, Crazy yards after the catch in the passing game and the running game, or in the passing game. Crazy yards after contact in both. I really like Travion Henderson, dude. I think that kid is as special as it gets. Rose Town in the building. I was hoping he was gonna do that. No, I was kidding. It's all charged up too. Ah, yes, sir. You taking one with me? Take a blinker. You got yours? Let's blink it up. Raider Ryan, what's good, my guy? Appreciate you in the building. Shout out to the Green Tree Gang. We are not the Green Dot Gang. We are the Green Tree Gang. Remember that. So if you smoke trees and want to be part of the Green Tree Gang, shit, you know what to do. Join the nation. Unleashed. Raider Unleashed Nation. Ooh, that one got me. It was hurt. It was a little dry. I forgot where I was. Who was the most important? I way past that. Oh, to answer Arnie Garza, my dream team is either trading back and taking Jahdae Barron or Jahad Campbell or Eamon Worry, Jalen Walker, any one of those four. Dream scenario, I would take Jahdae Barron at 6. I'm not gonna back off that. I'm gonna stand on my shit. I think he's worth the 6th round pick all day long. And whoever drafts him, watch him be the best corner drafted in this draft. I'm telling you. So I would take Jahdae if Genty's not there. If Genty's not there, I have 2 scenarios because they're both the same. Jahdae, I would go depending on what receiver is there. I like Higgins. I really like Jalen Noel. Noel. Sorry, I keep saying Noel. It's Noel. My apologies. But I wouldn't take him in the 2nd. I would take him in the 3rd. So I still don't know who I'd take at 2nd. I'm out on that. And I know the draft's almost here, but I don't know. I don't know. It's hard. It just depends on who's there. Who I'd want to be there, of course, would be Nick Emanwari, or trade that pick 37, move up into the 1st round. My dream would be Jahdae Barron, Nick Emanwari, and Jalen Noel, or Travion Henderson. But I don't think he's gonna be there in the 1st round. He's not getting out of the 1st round, in my opinion. I'm gonna stand on that shit too. I'm gonna bleed on that. I'm gonna die on this hill. Jahdae is going easily top 15, and he should go 6 to the Raiders. And Travion Henderson's going in the 1st round, bro. There's no way you can pass on this dude if you need a running back and let him go. If you're the Denver Broncos, even if you're the Chargers, God, I would hate for that dude to be in my division. That just made me throw up in my mouth thinking about it. The Chicago Bears. I keep saying this. The Chicago Bears. He's definitely my Jahmyr Gibbs. Like, so if the draft falls the way I think it is, I would take, if he's there, I'd go Jahdae Barron, I'd go Travion Henderson, and I'd take Kyle Williams, if he's there, he's usually probably going to be there in the third round in all these drafts. The best receiver, Jalen Noel, whoever's there. If it's not receiver, take a chance at O line again, right? We hit second and third round O line last time. I wouldn't be mad at that. I wouldn't be mad at that at all. Rebel, if we draft Jalen Walker, down goes Tyree Wilson. Draft Mimbu, the mule will be a swing tackle. Draft Genty, Zamir White won't make the 53-man roster. Alright, Garza, I'm going to screenshot this. I think it's a damn good point. So, actually, I'll make it a little bigger. That way I know what it is. But I'm gonna screenshot that. I'm screenshotting your shit, Arnie Garza. I like it. So, my guy Arnie says, y'all can read the chat. If we draft Jalen Walker, bye-bye Tyree Wilson. If we draft Membu, the mule DJ Glaze will be moved to swing tackle. 100% facts, I believe. Unless he gets beat out. There is no guarantee in life, and there is no guarantee in football. But there is no guarantee that a second-year tackle with experience, who's already gone against TJ Watt, who's already gone against Max Crosby every day in practice, not to mention K. Lavon Chasen, Tyree Wilson. He went against Bosa. He went against the hell's the other dude? Anyways, he went against some elite defensive ends and some defensive nose guards and D tackles all year long. That dude was pressured. He was a third round pick. So for him to go through that and do as good as he did with the new staff, with the experience, with the camaraderie, if they keep Meredith there, drafting a tackle in the first round scares me, bro. That dude's gonna battle. He's gonna battle. And you already got 1 year experience. He's got the quickness, he's got the strength. That's why they call him the mule. He's athletic as fuck, bro. DJ Glaze is athletic. So I don't see Mimbu or Will Campbell just coming in and saying I'm the dude and that's my spot. Now Campbell is definitely athletic as hell, and just as strong, but he got shorter arms. DJ Glaze a little bit longer, a little bit, and he's got that experience, 1 year experience going against all those guys. Let me get back to this. Who was that? Raider Shield family, what's good? Appreciate you. The draft gonna be crazy as hell. I really don't know what the F gonna happen. All speculation at this point. What does this wrench next to me mean? The wrench means you are a mod. Who modded him? I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. Yeah, welcome to the family. But the wrench means you're a mod, and if it's green with a star next to it, wait, do you have a star next to it? I don't know. But yeah, welcome to the mod family. And that's it, upgraded to the second level. I don't know. I'm new to this. No. But I appreciate the $5 holler, man. Appreciate the support. Definitely means the world. And shout out to all the new people coming in, rocking with me tonight. I appreciate it. Forgot what my spot was. What if your bold prediction for the Raiders in the draft? let's go back. Go back because I skipped a whole bunch of shit. All right, so let me get back to that. What I was talking about. So yeah, I believe. I don't know about the Mimbu part, and I'm gonna question the Zamir White thing because we could go with four backs. We could have four backs on the roster. We did last year. It doesn't really make sense, but we could. And those four backs, could easily be Zamir White, Dylan Labe, um, Mostert, and whoever we draft, right? The rest could be practice squad, could be cut. Maybe Sincere McCormick makes this team. Maybe he beats out Zamir White. I don't know if he can stay healthy. If he stays healthy, I think he definitely has a chance to beat out Zamir White. But again, the running scheme, it all depends. How much does that dude want to prove he's the guy in a contract year? Contract year, we seen what Josh Jacobs did in his contract year. I'm just saying. We seen what Jacobs did in his contract year. Now, I'm not comparing Zamir White to Josh Jacobs by any means. But he did sit behind him and learn a whole lot from that dude. Hopefully he learned how to play when it's contract time. So you can go get your money. Go get your bag. But, it's very possible if we get Genty, Zamir White could be gone and not make the 53. That's, shout out. That's a hot take. But I see him battling for the job with McCormick and the hell's the other dude? We'll get to it in a minute. I'm gonna get to the roster as soon as I stop talking. What's good, Raider Nation? Jason Childers, what's good? Appreciate you. Would you trade Miller? If so, what can we get for him? There's a lot of teams that need a top 10, 15, top 15 tackle in the NFL. At what he's getting paid right now, 12 or 14 mil, whatever his contract is, with no guaranteed money, I think we could get a nice draft pick, trade. But it's got to be up there, bro. Maybe a fifth, fourth. I don't think we get a fourth. I don't know what we get from Colton. With a top tackle, I mean, bro, you got seventh round quarterbacks getting traded for what, fifth round picks, third round picks. So a healthy Colton Miller, fourth or fifth round. Tackles are hard to come by in the NFL. You can't get them in free agency. We just heard Spytek talk about it. They got lucky when they got the guy they drafted, whatever the fuck his name is. You don't get those guys a dime a dozen. Like he said, you get starters in the draft. You build them in the draft. You get lucky once in a while in free agency, which is why we didn't go after these top tackles, our guards in free agency. And I love that philosophy. Go get your guys in the draft. But other teams don't have that philosophy and would definitely be willing to trade for Colton Miller. So, I think it could put us in a good spot. Especially, there's some guys we could draft. There's guys on the roster. So, if the price is right, I would hate to see him go. But I'd hate to see him get 25 mil. I'm not paying it, right? Don't matter. Don't make a shit to me, but that's a lot of money, bro. It's a lot of money to keep wasting on guys. We just paid, Andre James 25 mil, 3 years, and then got rid of him. Played what, a year and a half? We can't keep doing that shit. So I don't know what the trade package would be. I don't even know if the Raiders are willing to trade him. I'm just speculating. If they don't want to pay him, they're going to have to trade him because there's probably going to be a holdout. If he really doesn't have any guaranteed money, which I believe you, but not having any guaranteed money on your contract, something's gonna have to be done. It's gonna have to be extension of whether it's a 1 year, 2 year. You know, they might send him to a 1 year prove it deal and just give him whatever his contract is guaranteed. Or it could happen. But all I know is the price for tackles is awful high, and Colton Miller knows that. He knows what he means to this team, what he's meant to this team. You know, being a captain. Was he a captain last year? Anybody know? Sorry, I'm trying to look on something up here. I wouldn't want to trade him. I want to just pay the dude. Like, but it's got to be reasonable. And with every contract the Raiders have made so far, I believe you know, re-sign the dude. Resign it's got to work in our favor. Unless it's crazy, don't go 5 years. You know, some crazy shit. But 2-3 year extension, because maybe in 3 years, you know, he's still a Pro Bowler, and you can't get rid of top 15 guys. That's bro. That's a lot. That's a lot. It's a lot to get. It's a big situation to get rid of. My bold prediction. Oh damn, I'm way behind in the chat. Holy shit. Frank Weber, what's good? Appreciate you. All right, let me read through these real fast, and I'll catch back up on this chat. I smoked infused joint. Had a kickback on the dabs. LOL. Nice. Yeah, I smoked. What was I? Oh, I smoked on garlic cookies infused pre-roll. That shit hurt. I'm just saying. I'm saying that shit hurt, bro. It hurt a little bit. My throat still hurts from it. Navman in the building. I didn't see you. What's good? What's good? Actually, I still don't see you. I just seen somebody say what's up. Where's Navs? Why don't I see you? Are you blocked? I can't see Navs. Rebel, what is your bold prediction for the Raiders in the draft? Come on, man. Come on. It's Jade, and I might be behind, but it's Jade Barron. It's Jade Barron or Jahad Campbell. One of those dudes. Jalen Walker. If it's not trade back, if it's not Genty because he's not there, or they just don't believe Genty's the guy, which I'm starting to feel that way. Starting to feel like maybe Spytech, you know, maybe they have another position of need in mind, and maybe they like somebody else. I don't know, but I'm really starting to feel it's not Ashton Genty, which would be wild. Which would be wild. What else we got? This shit died on me. Oh, that sucks. I'm gonna take one just for that. Oof. Cover is blown. Uh-oh, your cover is blown. Salute to Nav Man. I still don't see him in here. It's crazy. I got that. Rebel got no clue. Holy hot. What? Got no clue for what? Roll hot. What? No. Right? It's so much easier just to take little tiny puffs on it. Whew. Fucking blinkers hurt. Man. Did I miss another one? Super chat? Nah. I'm not reading Hawaiian candy shit no more. You keep making me scroll back up for no reason. My man, Nav Man. Because it was more. Hey Rebel, they gave me your super chat. I got all that. I'm not that far behind. What are you talking about, woman? You are way behind. I hit it as soon as it went ding, ding, ding. Super chat. Ain't my fault you're fast. Super typer. Oh, it's Nav. That's it. Raider Shield Family. Sweet. Is that your new show? Is that your new handle? I finally found it. Had to change my main name. Oh, I should have just read the message. Damn it. Oh, I gotta stop smoking. 25 pounds, pretty tall. That's pretty tall. So shout out to Nav. Is your channel up and running? I need to go subscribe. At Frank Weber, that dude has no leverage. He can miss voluntary shit, but come June 10th, he starts getting fined. Who are we talking about? Colton? Colton Miller? I love Colton because, you know, my man, he's been a Raider. He was drafted a Raider. I felt the same way about Trayvon Morig. I felt the same way about Hobbs. I'm a Raider. I'm a Raider, homie. But damn, when they get too much money and they outgrow the Raider Nation because we can't afford to keep them here, or they're not worth what they're asking, sometimes you got to move on, man. My deal for Colton is following. This talk happens before the draft. We can replace you in the draft, or you can quit being a bitch and take this deal. 3 years, 17 mil. 17 a year. I was gonna say 3 years at 17 mil. Fuck, he ain't taking that. He's running, bro. 17 mil a year, 17 mil guaranteed. I'm not mad at that. Nav. That's, if we could pay Geno Smith 40 mil guaranteed a season, we could pay Colt Miller 17, and you know, that's a damn good contract. I like it. No argument, no negotiations. For the first time ever, I got nothing to say about somebody's shit. I'm just fucking with you, but probably true. My name will return after, but yes, this is my new channel. This is my name for my new channel. Hell yeah. Sweet. Congratulations, man. Glad you finally did it. We'll be just before the draft for test. Hell yeah. Rebel, would you be mad if we draft a quarterback again this year? No, I feel you got to draft a quarterback every year because you never know when you're going to find that diamond in the rough. You never know when you get a Tom Brady in the 6th round, a Brock Purdy in the 7th round. You never know. Shit happens, right? You have no idea. So, no, you take a quarterback every year. Now, in this quarterback class, there's a couple I'd take in the 4th. Just me. Some people wouldn't. There's, Will Howard's growing on me in the 3rd. I hate to give up a third round pick for a quarterback that we don't really need. I don't feel it's a need. But I feel like the Raiders might. I really do. If they go in the 2nd for Will Howard, that's crazy. That's a little too high for me. 3rd, I wouldn't be mad. But you know me, bro. Draft a quarterback. If Riley Leonard's there in the 5th, you take him. No matter what, in my opinion. If that dude is told he can be replaced, he gets a better deal to stay. That's how you know if the dude is a Raider. I hear you 100%, and I need to cut this damn mustache. Fuck. If he, you know, if he was really loyal to the cause, I didn't really like the way shit went down last year with with the injury, with how long it took for him to get surgery, how long it took to recover after the surgery. We kept hearing next week he's going to be ready to go. Next week he should be ready to go. Next week he should be ready to go. And it was a while before he was ready to go, and he was never really 100% ready to go. And it hurt our season. It hurt us tremendously. It wasn't his fault. It was the coach's fault for trying to put Andres Pete in there, for trying to put Cody Whitehair in there, for not going with Munford and Glaze from the jump. In my opinion, just would have helped this team so much better. So, yeah, if he wants to be here, you'll take a deal like that. That's not bad. That's, the top guys are getting 20, 25. You're not top 5. You're at your best, you're top 10. But with the draft the last 2 years, I don't know if I could say he's top 10 anymore. It's hard to put him at top 15. Like, there was 4 or 5 guys that played solid as hell drafted at tackle last year, and just as many or more last year. So, that's hard. That's hard. This damn mustache is killing me. What else we got? Frank Weber. Truth be told, I had no choice starting a new channel. Why not? Why you not have no choice? Why you not have no choice? Rebel, will Riley Leonard be there in the 4th round? Absolutely. No, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not Nostradamus. I would love to say yes, and the Raiders take him in the 5th. If you're smart, if you're a smart team, you take him in the 4th. You don't let him get past the 4th, especially if you need a quarterback, bro. If you're a quarterback needy team, like Cleveland, like the Giants, like the Saints, and you don't take Riley Leonard over what you got, you shouldn't be GM and head coach in the NFL. You just shouldn't. You should not. You should not. I'm gonna stand on that shit too. Give Riley Leonard a chance. When he gets the chance, the boy's gonna play. Boy's gonna play. I would prefer Colton is there because left tackle rookie is never a great option. Well, I agree with that 100%. So we draft one now and let him sit for a year. I could see that. But if we drafted one, he wouldn't have to play right away. Mumford, I believe, could hold his own. It's not the greatest, but it's doable. It's definitely doable, and he's just getting better. From a 7th round pick to starting 2 different positions, left and right, getting injured. Injuries hold people back. Mumford played decent. He wasn't, top 10 tackle, but he's serviceable. Top 15, you can live with that. You probably want your left tackle, protecting your quarterback's blind side a little better. But yeah, we might end up drafting a tackle this year and next year. We've heard over and over again with Spytek, how he feels about tackles, how he doesn't like trying to get them in free agency because it's way more swing or miss. You'd rather draft them, develop them your way, the way you want them to be taught, the way you feel is the right way. Makes all the sense. Makes all the sense. What effort needs a reality check? You want paid questions? Show us something, right? That's the way it should be in the NFL. But unfortunately, it does not work like that anymore. It all you got to do is have. I mean, look at college football. There's guys been drafted because they had, 3 good plays against a top tackle, and they go 1st round. There's been running backs drafted because they had two good games against top teams in college football. Get drafted first, second round. Those guys don't pan out. Most of those guys don't pan out. So you should have to earn it in everything. But the way shit is now is, you know, all you got to do is flash in the NFL, it seems like, or in college, show any kind of flash, and people are going to throw bags at you and hope, hope to God that they didn't make a bad decision. And it hurts the NFL, bro. It hurts college football. I think these kids getting way too much money should not be driving around in these fast ass cars. You don't give 21, 22-year-old kids, that come from any background, let alone rough backgrounds, that much money and power. Like, that's wild to me. So I think, money ruins a lot of shit. It without money, can't have shit or be shit, right? That's what they tell you. So I don't know. I think you should have to earn it. You should have to do more than just have one good year or two good years and then your contract be up and then be like, okay, well, he's been here 5 years. He did have okay years, but those 2 years were really good, and maybe we can get that out of him again. Yeah, let's give him a better contract. This shit most of the time doesn't work. Glad Raider, what's good? Detracting messages. I guess it's not very good. Jack Kennett in the building. Rebel in the nation. Missing voluntary shit don't mean anything. It doesn't show up on June 10th. He starts getting fined. Yeah, I know it doesn't mean anything, but to me it does, and maybe to the coaches in the building. Maybe to the owner, who I'm sure was always in the building when he was a player in Tom Brady. You want those guys voluntary in the building. Expect, your captains, your leaders, lead by example. Lead by example. Show up. Not mandatory. Show how much you want to win, how much you want to help this team win, and how much you want to help the guys around you grow and get better. Can't do that if you're not in the building. So I know it's not mandatory. I said it earlier. It doesn't mean shit. It's not mandatory. But however, to me, it says a lot. It might not mean anything, but it says a lot, in my opinion. Give me some money and I will ruin some shit. Who won't? Who won't? Who won't? That's what I'm saying. You give these motherfuckers way too much money, bro. You kids got diamonds around their neck that cost more than shit. Probably any house I ever had or owned working my whole entire life. On working and owning a tile business. Like, these dudes still, it's crazy insane. Crazy insane. And in Vegas, you know what you can do with money in Vegas? Anything you want. Anything you want. Guaranteed. Anything. At 5'10", false. 5'10", who's 5'10"? Oh, Raider Nation 5'10", appreciate you pulling up. Shout out. Colt Miller will be traded on draft day. Like I was saying, I've been a year late on everything I predicted. A year late. I predicted last year, trade Colton Miller and Devontae Adams. Why they are worth money. Why they still have worth. Get something for him. If you could get, I don't know what the worth would be. To me, it would have to be at least fourth or five, like I said. But if you can get somewhere, that you feel good, and you have a replacement in mind, then trade that dude. Trade him. Trade him. But if the money's right, keep him. It's only if it's, if you're fighting negotiations and which they all do, right? Your agent thinks you're worth way more than they want to give you, then you let them go. But again, like I said, I've been completely happy with every contract that Spytek has done since he's been GM. The way they've structured it, the way they can get out of it, paying the money up front, not really hurting us. So I think they can make it work. I think they can make it work again. But if you can get something for them, shit, so be it. Question, Rebel, do you want Mason Graham, Ashton Genty, left tackle Mimbu, or trade back? It's Ashton Genty. I'm not a Mason Graham fan. I watched the All 22 on Mason Graham, and I see that dude never beating a double team. Ever. Ever. Like Chris Jericho used to say. Okay, maybe once, twice. But no, really, hardly, mostly never beating a double team, which he got double teamed a lot. In the NFL, you're going to get double teamed. We're going to run a 4-man front. There's 5 guys. Somebody's going to get double teamed. Might not always be Max. There's great tackles that they think they can put them one-on-one with sometimes. They have. So I'm not a Mason Graham fan. I'm not a Mason Graham fan. So no on Mason Graham. We'll talk about it tomorrow because I'm not gonna have time tonight. And I didn't have my tablet. I forgot to pull that shit up. It's somewhere over there, and I'm not getting up. But tomorrow I'll talk about why I'm out on Mimbu. I'm not out on Mimbu at 6. I wouldn't be mad at it if they feel that's the guy. If they feel Campbell's that's the guy. I'm what can I do? I'm just a fan, right? 50-year fan. Like I've only been doing, saying how I feel for 50 years, and it's never meant shit. So, but Ashton Genty's the guy or trade back. It's if you can trade back and get value, we need value. We need position value. Linebacker, corner, running back. If you can get those 3 positions filled in the top 3 rounds, I think we're scary next year. I think we're scary. Raider Nation 510, that is possible, no question. Yep. Rebel, on our current roster, what position group is better than last year before the draft, after free agency? Our safety room. I know they haven't performed, but I have faith in our coach, Pete Carroll, more so ever than any other coaches we've had. Patrick Graham running the shit. I know he's the defensive coordinator, but I know Pete Carroll is going to be a lot involved, and I know he's damn good at putting together scary backfields constantly. Jeremy Chin is very underrated. Very underrated. Tomorrow we'll break down some PFF grades after we go over this roster here in a second. Actually, let me start pulling that up now while I'm thinking about it. Damn, where'd the roster go? Some beach. Somewhere. Alright. Fuck. I gotta find the roster again. So the answer is I don't have one. DJ Glaze is the future left tackle, and Dalton Wagner can replace Colton Miller. Think DJ Glaze at left tackle? You think he'd be better at left tackle? I never thought about moving DJ Glaze to left tackle. I thought he played right in college at Maryland. I could be wrong. If he played left tackle and that's his natural position, that makes all the sense in the world, bro. That's a hot take. That's a hot take. And I love Dalton Wagner. I'm an Arkansas boy. Woo Pig Suey, big Hog fan. So I would love to see Dalton Wagner make this 53-man roster finally this year after being with the team for 2 years. First year, being on injured reserve, and then the second year being on the practice squad most of the time. I would love to see that dude make the roster. 6'8", 330 pounds. He's a mauler in the run game. That's his biggest asset. Now, hopefully, the last 2 years he's been working on his pass game, and that would be nasty. That would be nasty. I wouldn't be mad at that. Raiders roster. Where the fuck is it? Roster by positions. So positions. All right, PFF. All right, here we go. Let me get to the rest of these, and then I'll pull that up. This is new shit to be a part of. Dudes have to be on the ground floor. That's. I mean, I agree with that too. That's a hot take. Also, it is. It is a new regime from top to bottom. Like, we've got rid of guys that were running shit, that weren't GMs, that were player personnel, player management personnel. A lot of those dudes are gone, cleaned house. It might be time to move on from Colton Miller. It might be time. I wouldn't be mad at it. I'm not gonna hate it. I'm not gonna hate it. Now, if it's for stupid reasons because of money, and he just wants too much, that's gonna suck ass. But if they feel it's time to go, then like I said, I'm not gonna be mad at that. And it definitely is time to bring in some new cats, and we got some cats that can play. We're fixing to look up right now. Reb, I don't mean it. Wait, I don't mean it in that context. But he is under contract and will start losing money. That's why. So we got it. And the close would be literally draft casualty. Hopefully it doesn't make it that far though. If he goes that far, if it goes that far, Nav, I feel like he already let us know, right? He already let us know whether he wants to be here or not. It it shouldn't go that far, but it could. I mean, it could. It could get to the point where he starts holding out and shit. So, I mean, but the Raiders have. I mean, they took care of Max Crosby. Stop freezing. They took care of Max Crosby. Right away. Are they going to do the same with Colton Miller and Jacoby? We don't know. But if we do, that's a big chunk. That's a big chunk of our money. So, just more decisions for the upper management to make. And again, if Colton Miller does get to the point where he's holding out and losing money, that just shows me it's more about money than wanting to win or having a chance to make it to the playoffs and win with this team. And as long as he's been a Raider, like, I feel you should want to stick around and wait for the best to come, because the best is yet to come. I guarantee you, with this management, everything Spytek said just shows me how smart this dude is every day, every time he speaks. Like, every time he talks, I'm more and more impressed. This dude knows way more about football than I could ever imagine he could possibly know. Like, the dude is a genius and a mastermind. And his first contract negotiations have been off the hook. Like, I've been impressed with that shit too. Literally. So I like the way we're going. I like the way we're going. And if Colton Miller gets to that point, then man, time to go. Then time to go. B.S. Miller is a vet, and seeing a contract extension, and not Miller or Meyer yet. Put your money where your money, where your put your money where your life it. Shout out Jack Kenna. I don't know. Yes, 17 mil a year for 3 years. I would do that for Colton. Yes, totally makes sense. I wouldn't be fucked up about that. Um, Question: is there a better left tackle on the roster? If yes, then you don't know football. Is there a better left tackle than Colton Miller on the roster right now? No, or he would have been starting. Like, but we don't know. If DJ Glaze, his natural position is left tackle, I think he could give Colton Miller a run for his money. I really think he can. Colton Miller is slow, bro. He's slow. He's getting slower every single year. I love Colton Miller. I'm a Raider fan. I'm a diehard Raider fan. I've been a Raider fan my whole life, bro. I'm not hating on somebody that's given his heart and soul for this team, but you got to see the signs. He had a rough ass year last year. That was one of his worst years ever. He gave up 7 sacks, un, un uncountable amounts of pressures. We lost a lot of games because fast edge rushers like Malcolm Kuhn style that have tremendous bend, quick get off, good technique, and that are fast just blew by the dude. They blew by him, and it's on film. On film, go watch all 22 of Colton Miller. It's not great. It's not what it used to be. That's for sure. So right now, yes, he is the best tackle on the team, but we don't know what DJ Glaze could do at that position. We know what he did at right tackle, and it was pretty damn good. It wasn't Colton Miller good, but he was a rookie. It was his first year ever. He should have never been starting drafted in the third round, in my opinion. So I don't know. I mean, definitely there's not right now. But could we draft one better than Colton Miller, or could there be one sitting behind him waiting that could be just as good production that he gave last year? I believe there could be. If not, we can find one. Um, Injuries have caught up to Colton Miller's shoulder, so new contract is high risk. That could definitely be too. Nation 510. That could definitely be too. You take a lot of wear and tear at left tackle. You take more wear and tear at left tackle when you don't have a mobile quarterback that can get away and take some pressures off of you. We had Derek Carr, so he's put in a lot of work. He's played a lot of snaps. He hasn't been injury prone his whole career. And sometimes, 28's not old by any means. But sometimes those injuries, when you're a bigger guy like that, fucking 6'8" monster, that it's hard to recover from those. And maybe sometimes it takes more than a year. So that could be definitely it could be high risk. I'm absolutely 100% on Mason Graham 100%. I'm gonna shot that too. I'm screenshotting. We taking notes today, baby. Oh, what just happened? I'm about to make a little package deal for. Hell no, bro. Genty or trade back. Yeah, yeah. Genty trade back. I'm not mad at Jade. I'm telling you, I wouldn't be mad at Jade or Jahad Campbell or Jalen Walker at that spot. That's just me, though. The draft should be for adding, not replacing. Facts. That is facts. However, when you have an older quarterback or an older tackle, you're drafting to replace. So it's not 100% facts. So I have to renege on the facts because it's mostly mainly true. I get it. I get what you're saying. But that's not always the case because when you have these guys that are getting to the end of their contract and you know they're stars and you might not have the money to pay them, you're going to want to try to draft a guy, hopefully, to be behind him. If you have a guy that's getting up there in age and you know he's starting to slow down and not be that guy that he used to be, you're going to want to draft a replacement, right? You can try to replace him in free agency. You can try trades. There's not always team willing to trade, and there's most guys are a lot of them are free agents for a reason. A lot of reasons. Money's not always it. So yes and no to that. Yes and no. What else we at? Jack Kenna. I'm not saying Colton is not the best left tackle. I'm sick of players holding teams hostage. I agree 100%. And in substandard play, I think Colton Miller needs an offer ultimatum. Shout out to my man Navman breaking it down in the building. Yes, sir. If I had some buttons to push or make some clapping noises and shit, it'll come eventually. It'll happen one day. But shout out to Nav, bro. I don't know how to pin it on this fucking one, but yeah, that's the hot take of the day, bro. It's I'm tired of it too. Josh Jacobs did that shit. Come in camp not ready. You know, we can't have that shit. We cannot have that shit. Colton Miller didn't come in last year, I do believe, when 62, 64, 68 on the first day were in the building on non-mandatory workouts. Yes, he was hurt, but even after he was hurt, the dude wasn't in the building for a while, so maybe he wasn't happy with the coaching staff. Maybe he wasn't happy with the way things went last year. There could be a lot of reasons. Could be a lot of reasons, but you can't hold a team hostage, bro. You can't wait for months and months of negotiation, especially with the draft a week away. Like, this is something that has to happen before the draft, in my opinion. They got to work this shit out because you got to know, do we need to draft a left tackle to try to groom? Do we need to draft a left tackle high and hope to God he's a starter for the future if Colton's not going to be here? That's more questions and more what ifs that we do not need before the draft. Not we, that Spytek and the coaching staff, Brady, ownership, the Raiders do not need more shit to have to think about. But they knew this was coming. It's not like they just found out today, hey, Colton Miller doesn't have any guaranteed money on his contract, right? This is just something that was reported. He's not in the building. It's not mandatory. It's not really a big deal. So let's move on. Let's move on from Colton. It's not that big of a deal. But yes, Navman said it all. I think we at Rebel had a Commander YouTuber on the Wild West show. He said it hurts to lose Chin. I agree. Yeah, bro. Our sorry, I never answered that question. I think our defensive back room improved. I think our defensive line room improved. Did you ask on both sides of the ball or just defense? I'm out on corner. I think it improved. Jack Jones was up and down. He was great, then he was a liability. More of a liability this year than he was great. Yes, 3 interceptions. 2 did fall in his lap. He didn't pick them off like he did last year. They were just right place at the right time interceptions, kind of like Trayvon Moregs. So I think we improved a little bit at the corner position. Tomorrow when we break down tomorrow when we break down shit, we're gonna break down nothing but stats. We're gonna go over the players we brought in. Their stats impressed me because that's what I did today. I broke down Landon Roberts. Did you know Landon Roberts was the eighth highest graded linebacker in 2024 in run defense? Eighth best. Eighth best out of 100 and something linebackers, 60 something, out of a lot of linebackers. Eighth best run graded, so that's an improvement. Chin was graded higher than Moreg and was in the top, I do believe, 5 in both categories. So that's an upgrade to me. Um, Eric Stokes, another guy that is actually graded higher than Jacorian Bennett. So Eric Stokes is kind of an upgrade. He had a higher grade than Jacorian Bennett and Jack Jones last year. So those position groups, I believe, got better. And I'm sorry, I get sidetracked. People make me take blinkers and shit. But him bringing that up made me realize, can Dalton stay healthy? Wait, I'll make sure that's not the last question. Yeah, can Dalton stay healthy for a full season? He was healthy last year. He didn't get hurt. He does have some injury problems in Arkansas. But I seen the injuries. One of them I seen, and it was just a fluke. It was just a fluke. The dude got rolled up on. Nothing he can do about it. I mean, so it's not like he's injury prone, and he wasn't on injured reserve last year or the year before because he was injured. He was on injured reserve because he was the highest UDFA paid player for the Raiders, I believe, ever. Got like $230,000 or whatever the hell he got. Um, Not a lot of money, but the highest UDFA paid player for the Raiders. And they didn't want to put him on the practice squad. He wasn't injured. They just put him on injured reserve for the year because he wasn't ready. Maybe they had him working out with the trainer or whatever they had him doing. So they put him on IR so they didn't have to put him on the practice squad. So he was practicing in Arkansas. He was, I don't know, practicing, but working out and shit. So not really injury prone. And if he can stay healthy and just get better in pass pro, he's just a little slow. But when you're 6'8" and 300 and something pounds, bro, that's a big man to be moving quick. So I can see that. I can see that shit happening. Um, Hold up. I need to go to. I forgot which one. Um, 1 second. 1 second. No, is it that one? This one? Which one is it? Fuck, not that one. I hate this new shit. StreamYard is so much easier. Share screen. Alright, okay, got it. I think this one. Boom. Y'all see me, you can hear me, you can feel me. Don't feel me. You can see me, hear me. We good? Alright. One more second. I need to do this. I need to do this. Somehow move this bitch over. Alright. Got it. Got it. So, get through this real quick because my fucking head just started pounding, bro. Alright, so here's the roster. We're going to break it down. I'm going to tell you right now what guys If you have any more comments I missed, I'm sorry. I'll try to catch up. Talk amongst yourself. I'll get to them when I can, but I gotta get through this shit. So we have Carter Bradley on the roster, Aiden to the O'Connell, Geno Smith. Wide receiver, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wide receivers on the roster. And I keep hearing a lot of talk about we need a wide receiver. Like, how many we can take to camp? Isn't there a limit? There should be a limit. But if there's not, 9 wide receivers is a lot. So if we draft 2 more and everybody says Lockett is a guaranteed, after the draft, I've heard over and over again, Tyler Lockett's a guarantee. Yeah, nothing in life is guaranteed. Talks about Hunter Renfrow coming back. It's a lot of fucking wide receivers. We have Christian Wilkerson. His PFF grade last year was a 59.9. No very bueno. We have Jeff Foreman. Snapped his leg or whatever he did. It was a nasty looking injury. They placed him on IR, but they kept him. If you don't remember Jeff Foreman, I encourage you to go watch some film. The dude's not bad. He's a pretty decent wide receiver. And I was trying to see if it had his height on here, but oh shit. Really? You can maybe start all over? You bastard. Wait, no, this one. Alright, cool. Alright, so Christian Wilkerson, Jeff Foreman, Trey Tucker was graded a 57.5. Not gonna cut it. Jacoby Myers, no drops, 1,000 yards. Only a 77 point grade? 77.7? Not gonna cut it for me. Kyle Phillips. Damn. I don't have time to click on every one of these dudes and break them down, but I do not know a lot of these guys. Kyle Phillips is the white boy we brought in that I believe played with Chip Kelly somewhere. College? I don't remember. Not bad though. 2022, 63.7. 2023, 72.8 grade. That's better than the receivers that we have, right? Oh, show bio. Here we go. Haha. We get smarter every day. 5'11", no 40 time. Alright, so this could come in very, very handy. I love having more information, not people just having to take my word for shit. Makes me happy. Makes me happy. Jacoby Myers. I'm not going to click on it, break him down. We know JK. That was Kyle Phillips. We have Alex Bachman. 53.8. Another slot white boy that played. We got a lot of white receivers on this team. Damn. Can we get some fast athletic dudes? Off season grade 53. Receiving grade 56. Woo! Damn. So I don't know if y'all can see that, but in 2020, 57.7 grade, 2021, 47.2 grade, and in 2024, 53.8. He took 20 total snaps, 20 running snaps, so they used him a lot as a blocker. 51 passing snaps last year. He took 51 snaps? He was not on the field that much. What? Oh, that's in the last 3 years. Okay, my bad. Misread. So 6 foot, kind of like a Eckelman, slot receiver guy. I think they're trying to get as much competition as they can. I don't really think they believe in Trey Tucker as much as most of the nation does, and I really don't either. Like, he's gonna have to prove something this year. Cedric Jackson. I don't know who he is. I'm not gonna lie. Cedric Jackson is 6'2", 195. Played for Auburn? 2023. Okay, okay. So there's a 6'2" guy. There's no 40 time, so I don't know what his speed is, unfortunately, which that sucks. Tyreek McAllister. We know his height, speed. If not, we'll click on it just in case. This is going to take longer. But 5'11", 180 pounds. Why it doesn't show anybody's 40 times? It's really pissing me off. Ramel Keaton, a dude I talk about all the time out of Tennessee, is a guy that I thought should have got way more burn last year, and I don't know why. 6'3", has an amazing catch radius. Like, the dude will go get balls, pause if necessary. He comes down with 50-50s. He's got strong ass hands. He had good reps on the bench, like good athleticism. I don't know what the problem was last year. When we seen Alex Bachman. We seen Alex Bachman. I'm gonna say it again. Alex Bachman get way more snaps than Ramel Keaton. Now, was it a practice thing? Was it showing up on time? I don't know. I have no idea. I wasn't in the building. More than likely, it was the coaching staff, and I'm so glad we got rid of our wide receiver coach that everybody was saying don't get rid of. Dude been here for years, and we've had so many receivers just not develop or get in trouble or other stuff. Then we have wide receivers, running backs. Running back room. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 running backs. 6 running backs are Sincere McCormick, my guy that I keep saying is going to make this roster. And I don't know why I'm looking over there. That's the chat. Keep saying is going to make this roster. And when he finally did, he just couldn't stay healthy again. Louise G's. Dylan Labe. Damn, he got a horrible rating. But he only played in one game. And they got him rated at 25.8. That's, I guess, what one carry and one fumble gets you. Rough. Raheem Mostert is graded at 69.3 last year. Isaiah Spiller, that's the dude I was trying to spit out that I couldn't remember. I seen an interview with him early on another channel. I think it was Raider D show. 6'1", 215. I like it. Big dog. Drafted in the 4th round. Did we draft him? We didn't draft him in the 4th round, did we? We had to have got him somewhere. Selection 123, Texas A&M. I don't remember us drafting dude. So, but I want to see what he has. That don't have his 40 time on there. I'm gonna have to look that shit up and break some of that down. But drafted in the 4th round, that's very intriguing. At 6'1", 215. I like the size. I definitely want to pause if necessary. I want to know what the speed is. Then we got the big dog Zamir. Chris Collier, another running back. 6 foot, 200 pounds. So we got some big running backs. Maybe the Raiders aren't so quick to feel that's position of need. I mean, you can't pass on Genty with these cats. However, we have 4 tight ends. That wraps it up for the running back room. We have 4 tight ends. Justin Shorter, who is a former receiver, who is fast as shit. I believe he runs a 4.5 something 40 time. That's nasty for a tight end. So I hope he makes the team. Michael Mayer, we know. Brock Bowers, we know. Isaiah Thomas, they just brought in, graded a 52. I don't know why they brought him in. I really don't know. In 2008, 53, 51, 42, never had over a 50 grade. Um, Inline 89 snaps, 5 snaps at slot, 5 at punt recovery, 2 at punt return. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why he's on the roster. I don't think we need 4 tight ends. The only center we have on the roster is the dude I can't not express enough. Will Putnam needs to be getting snaps. He needs to be on the field. It is a flipping tragedy that he is not. He is 6'4", 6'4", 315 pounds. He played every single snap at Clemson except for 1 year he got hurt. And I think he only missed a game or two. He has more snaps than any player but one in the history of Clemson, I do believe. He holds all kinds of records, all kinds of accolades. He was a stud at Clemson. And he's on our practice squad. I talked about him the other day. He was the dude that got in a fight with Robert Spillane in the offseason. The whole defense, Max Crosby had to come jump in. He was going to try to murder Robert Spillane. And the whole team tried to jump in and break that shit up. So the dude's a baller. He's got that JPJ tenacity. He's a killer. He wants to win every rep. He wants to put dudes on their back. Pause. Not like y'all are thinking. I'm telling you, watch out for Will Putnam. The dude is a freak, and once they realize what they have in this dude, like the other staff didn't, I hope he gets some play time, man. Especially in the preseason. Let this kid show what he could do. Because at that size, 6'4", 315, we need some hogs on this offensive line. Tired of 300 pounds, 285-pound Parhams. We need some killers. And even if he's not playing center, maybe he can adapt to the guard position and still be the backup center. Or maybe he just takes the center and JPJ plays guard. I wouldn't be mad. JPJ was graded better last year at the guard spot than the center. I do believe. We'll go over those stats tomorrow. Guard, JPJ, Jordan Meredith, Alex Kappa, Dylan Parham. We know about all those guys. Jordan Meredith, 80.8 PFF grade. 77.5 pass rush, 78.8 in the run. Nasty, nasty work. Alex Kappa, 55.5. Yeah, he makes more than all of our guards. It's a nasty world. It's a nasty world. Dylan Park to the ham. 74.3 graded last year. 75 in the run, 67 pass grade. Not very bad, right? Our second highest graded guard. Over Jackson Powers. Dalton Wagner, no snap time. We are on tackles. DJ Glaze, overall, as a rookie, 66.1. Not very bad. Not very bad at all. Thayer Mumford. Damn it. It should have made a sound. Shout out to my guy, Jeff, gifting 5 Raider memberships. Oh, it did make a sound. I just seen it out of the corner of my eye. Fuck. I'm getting good at this. I seen the green thing. Man, I appreciate you, my guy. East Coast Gridiron, what's good? I appreciate you pulling up. Space, appreciate you pulling up. Is it gonna keep doing that sound? So yeah, Mumford got worked last year. He was hurt. He took a beating. Overall, PFF has him at 45.9. And again, Colton Miller, if they believe that he's worth paying him for the next 2 years, you got to pay the man. Our highest graded offensive lineman, other than Jordan Meredith, who I keep saying is an absolute freak. Shout out to all the new members in the building. Jack Kenna, I am not bueno. Vontae Johnson, appreciate you pulling up. East Coast Gridiron, and my guy Space Beast. Welcome to the Raider Unleashed family. Now we move on to where it gets pretty ugly. I mean, we all think these dudes are those guys, right? But man, PFF doesn't. Kai Kelly Blue on defense, 49.4. Run defense, 62.3. That's not bad, right? I'm not hating on that. For a corner. Pass rush, 58.7. Coverage, 46. Woo! MJ Devonshire, which man, I hope he, kind of lives up to that 4th round or 7th round pick. Where the fuck we pick him? 7th round, I believe 7th round. Man, I hope he, I guess, lives up to the 7th round pick. But I hope he gets some burn and stays healthy. He did not do shit last year. Practice squad, he was in a couple games, didn't last very long. Hopefully he can develop under Pete Carroll. Who's our DB coach? Marcus Robinson. Oh damn, yeah. He's gonna help. He's gonna help these guys a lot, I believe. Sam Webb. Oh, sorry. How many corners? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got 7 corners on the roster as we speak. So Sam Webb was 66 point. Run defense 60.3, coverage grade 63.8. Not bad for Sam Webb. Not the greatest. What else we got? Yeah, I mean, that's not bad. He wasn't in there that much for the limited time he got. You got to get more burn, and I think with numbers like that, he deserves it over over Kai Blue Kelly. Come on, man. Jacorian Bennett was only a 58.6, but we've seen flashes of Jacorian Bennett being a shutdown guy, right? He had a lot of deflected balls, was pretty sticky in coverage, not the greatest tackler, not the greatest run, obviously. Run defense 42.2, coverage grade 61. It's okay, right? It's okay, but is that really what we want from our number one corner? We need Jahdae Barron. I'm telling you. God, we need Jahdae Barron. Whether it's the slot, I don't care. Outside, put him just wherever. We need help, and that's help. To me, that's help. That's help. Trey Amos, I'm good with that too. But I don't think he makes it to the second. I believe he's gone in the first too. And if you got to take one in the first, and it's going to be Trey Amos or, Will Johnson, I'm taking Jahdae. I'm taking all day, even at 6. Even at 6, it's a huge need, as you could see. I thought running back was the biggest need, which it's there. It's running back, corner, and linebacker to me. And these are just grades, but they open a lot of eyes to me. Darnay Holmes, 54.1, run grade 70.7. That's pretty good. I'm not hating on that. Pass rush, they actually let him rush the passer, 61.4. Coverage grade 49.5. We are cooked. We're cooked. We're so cooked. Decamarion Richardson, Decam, 45.6. Run grade 60.5. Coverage grade 42.2. That's rough, bro. That's rough. And I know our defensive line was injured. Max Crosby wasn't in there. Malcolm Kuntz wasn't in there. Christian Wilkins wasn't in there. A big problem. We got ran all over. Not that he's the best run defender, but can't stress this enough, and I say it every time I'm on when we're talking about defensive backs. When you have a strong defensive line and those guys don't have to cover for 5, 6, 10, 15 seconds like we did sometimes last year, when guys are running around for more than 10 seconds, it's something bad's gonna happen. Something bad's definitely gonna happen. So a nasty defensive line puts pressure on the quarterback. It makes the ball come out fast, and it makes these guys' job a lot easier, trying to stay with a guy for 3 seconds instead of 5 or 7 or 10. Eric Stokes, I keep saying, I said the minute we signed him, buy Jack Jones. If you don't believe me, go back and watch my live. The minute we signed Eric Stokes, I said, buy Jack Jones. I'm sorry, I don't see him making the roster. I didn't think he'd be cut before camp. I thought they'd at least let him go through camp. However, 700 yards, 7 touchdowns, 100.9 QBR rating against. You can't pay $3.4 million to that, in my opinion. And obviously they felt the same. Safeties, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And sorry, I'm not looking at the chat. I'm trying to get through this. So if I'm missing anything, I apologize. If you have a question, put a hashtag in front of it so when I go back, I could read. Please, I don't skip your shit. I appreciate it. Thomas Harper. Not bad, Thomas Harper. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Defensive grade is a 78.3. Run coverage, no. Rushing the passer was 75.6, and overall coverage grade was 76.4. Ron Harper, or Thomas Harper, I take back everything I ever said about you. Fucking damn. Because on film, I didn't see none of that. I seen dude get cooked a lot. I seen him chasing a lot of people. According to these numbers, it wasn't as much as I thought. So maybe I'm blind. But again, most of the time on defense, I wasn't really watching for Thomas Harper. I was looking for the bigger mistakes. And he wasn't out there much. But when he was, damn. Besides the run, besides run defense, he's definitely a third down guy you could have, in that 4-2-5 Patrick Graham system or zone, whatever they want to run. So I like the fact that they re-signed Thomas Harper. I really do. I was kind of questionable on it, but now this clears everything up a little bit more. Chris Smith too doesn't get hardly shit for playtime. Really, no burn. But again, 74.6. But he only had 11 attempts, bro. So on the 11 attempts, he did pretty good. Run defense, 66. Coverage grade, 65. Isaiah Mao, 54.2 overall. I'm going to let y'all ponder on that for a minute while I take a drink. That's a horrible overall grade. Like, damn, PFF does not like Mao. That's rough. But run defense grade, 72.4. Pass rush grade, 61. Coverage grade, 45.1. There's a reason we went and got Lonnie Jr., but coverage grade is not that. It wasn't it. It wasn't it. So I keep preaching to turn this team around on defense. In my opinion, we need a linebacker, yes. But we have guys that can compete if our front defensive line stays healthy just the way it is. It's competitive as hell. It's nasty. It's tops in the league, in my opinion. And it takes pressure off the rest of the team. But if you want to turn this team around, bro, swing for the fences. If you can trade back, get Dade Barron. Move back up and take Nick Eamon-Worry. You have your safety for the future for many, many years to come. You have a lockdown corner, whether it's in the slot. I still believe, I mean, he could play outside if he has to in the NFL. There's plenty of guys his size that do. With that speed of 4.38, the hip, the fluidness, man, everything this kid has. The way he sees, the way he plays with his back to the ball, the way he can just sense the ball, come in with his back to the ball and make plays. The kid is special in my opinion, and it's one of my top players in this draft. So if you get Jade and you can trade back up to a team like say Seattle or the Falcons middle rounds that don't have a lot of picks that could use, a second this year, maybe one next year, and a couple, one or two of those sixth, take Nick Eamon-Worry. Our defense is nasty, bro. It's nasty. It is the scariest. With Eamon-Worry, I talked about it yesterday. Jeremy Chin back there. You have two 6'3", 200-pound safeties that run in the 4.3s. Unheard of. That's the scariest backfield instantly. You have that as your last line of defense with the front 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 guys we have rotating in and out. That's scary. That's scary as hell. And then you add the fact that Jacorian Bennett and you have a Jahdae Barron on the other side or in the slot, however you want to work it. That's a scary ass defense to me. And that would be my dream draft. If you could get Nick Eamon-Worry by moving up, because he's, probably going to be in the 15s to somewhere. A lot of teams have him going to the Philadelphia Eagles at 32. If he's sitting there at 32, this team is, there's no way Pete Carroll passes on that. If you know Pete Carroll, which I don't, but if look at Pete Carroll and what he's done in the past, what he likes out of his players, especially in the safety and the corner position, Nick Eamon-Worry is everything Pete Carroll could possibly dream of. And not just Pete Carroll, Spytek too. Spytek too. Go look at the safety he's drafted. Go look at the types of guys that he's been around, they've drafted when he's been in the building. That's a dream dude. I'm telling you, Nick Eamon-Worry is a freak and one of the the scariest players in this draft. He's going to be a problem no matter where he goes. And if you don't believe me, I said the exact same thing about Quinshon Mitchell last year and the white boy they drafted. I was like, bro, these are the top two best corners in the draft. Everybody kept saying it was Terrion Arnold, Kool-Aid McKenzie. I was like, there is no way. It's Quinshon Mitchell. It's not even close. Wasn't even close. He went 23 or 24. Easily the best corner in the draft all of last year. Easy. So, not saying I know a lot, not saying shit. I'm just saying my opinion. Last year it was good. The year before that, I think I hit on some of them dudes too on defense. Not at that position. It just fits. It makes so much sense to take Eamon-Worry with Pete Carroll as your coach. With just, man, scary as hell to me. So with these coverage grades too, damn, you got to do something. Like Harper's our best cover safety. So we got Chris Smith, 55.6 cover grade, not bad. Trey Taylor, we don't know what he is, but I seen last year in college, not last year, but the year before in college, not bad in coverage, right? What's he going to be in the NFL? But the dude tackles like a missile. He doesn't miss tackles. I believe he's going to be special, and hopefully he gets more burn this year, right? And if, Pal Mal has grades like that, he's definitely going to get more playtime. But if we go get a Nick Eamon-Worry, look for a lot of these guys to not get much playtime. Lonnie Johnson, graded 50 overall. Best on defense, run 65, 46 coverage grade. Jeremy Chin, 65 overall, 64 coverage grade, 61 pass rushing grade, 64 overall coverage grade. Like, that's better than we've had. That's better numbers than we've had in many, many moons. Many moons, bro. A lot. Linebacker, a lot say is our biggest need. We have no coverage guys. We have one, two, three, four, five, six linebackers currently on the roster. Kai Managa makes the team no matter what, unless he's just absolutely horrible because of the international shit. Devin White that we brought in, actually in coverage, he's a 62 in coverage. That's better than any linebacker we've had in coverage for a long, long time. I know people have been talking shit and not happy on the Devin White signing. He is a Super Bowl winning linebacker. He did play in a damn good team. I believe he wasn't the first play of the game in the Super Bowl. He intercepted the ball or some shit with a crazy ass move. With a crazy ass play. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe he had a crazy Super Bowl. So Devin White, can he get back to what he was? A 37.7 pass rushing grade, not great, but he can cover. We can put him in on third down, if anything, right? It's a start. It's better than it was. Tommy Eichenberg. People say, the next great white hope, Tommy Eichenberg. Which come on, bro. A 29 grade. He's a run stopper. We all knew that from the day he was drafted. If it's 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, you put in Tommy Eichenberg. In coverage, 27 grade. Yes, he didn't have a lot of snaps. Yes, he was hurt. Is he going to be the next Robert Spillane? Maybe sit in a while. I don't know. Not the fastest guy. Can't cover. It's hard to be a Mike linebacker with stats like that. I'm just saying. It's not very good. A Landon Roberts, who 90% of the nation has complained and complained and complained. Why did we sign this guy? Well, maybe the coaching staff knows more than we do as YouTube analyst or keyboard warrior analyst / GM / coaches. Because of Landon Roberts, all he did was have a 79.7 grade last year, a 91 defensive rushing grade, rushing grade, right? Yeah. Shit, messed up. Yeah. So defensive grade. Fuck, where was I? All right, Landon Roberts. All right, yeah. So defensive grade was a 91. Run grade, or pass rushing grade, 67.7. Coverage grade. That's probably why Devin White comes in on third down, 49.6. Not the greatest numbers. Jackson Mitchell. I'd be lying through my teeth if I told you I knew who the fuck he was, where he came from, what he did. So let's click on it. Let's find out. I know shit about it. 6'1", 235. Not bad speed for a linebacker. 2004. I guess UDFA. Doesn't say where he was drafted. Connecticut Huskies. Okay. I'm gonna have to go watch, damn it, more tape on that and see what Jackson Mitchell has. So I'm not gonna speak on him. I have no idea. Brandon Smith. Another guy. Don't know much about. 6'3", 240. Pretty good linebacker speed. Played for Penn State. Drafted in the 4th round. Did we? It must have been another signing off a practice squad or something, or a trade. I don't remember drafting any of these guys that keep saying we got in the 4th round. 2022? Maybe. I don't think nah. I don't know where we got these kids from, but we must have picked them up in free agency last year. But Brandon Smith, 6'3", 240 pounds, picked 120 in the 4th round. Damn it, I keep doing that. It's the X button. So decent size. Can't wait till camp again to see what some of these kids have that we don't know. You know, we know Matthew Butler, right? Been on the team for a minute. Hasn't done much. Hasn't got much snaps. D-line snaps, 101. Been on punt return and kick return coverage most of the time. What? Crazy. Pass rush grade, 57.6. Coverage grade, 60. Run defensive grade, 58.6. Overall, 54. What is the bio on my man? 6'4", 290. Why do they have him listed as a linebacker? What? Stop playing. All right, so I don't know what that shit is. We are almost through this. Oh, they have him listed as D-line. My bad. I just can't read. Can't read at all. Jonah Lalu, 47, 47, 47, and a 63. Damn, coverage grade? I don't know why he'd be out covering anybody. Pigman should not be out there running around. But Jonah Lalu, I really like this kid, man. I think he has a lot of potential. He was in the backfield, you know, a lot last year. He just missed having some big run stops. But he's a UDFA, right? Not much play time in the NFL. You got to learn, you know, learn the speed. Definitely have to get stronger. These guys are monsters on the O-line, so I'm looking for Jonah Lalu to try to take some reps away from Adam Butler and Tyree this year. Zach Carter we brought in late. You know, not great numbers. Didn't really do much. But they kept him around. They kept him around for a reason. They signed him to a 1-year deal. They re-signed him, so they like what they saw, obviously, on tape. Leaky Fotu they just brought in. Big man in the middle. Only 46 snaps at D-line, so he didn't play much last year. Defensive grade, 36.3. Run defensive grade, 38. Yeah, he didn't get a lot of snaps, I don't think. You can't be that bad. Whew, that's bad. That's damn. Oh, Lee. Adam Butler, 69 grade, or 59 grade, 48 rushing grade, 60 pass rush grade, 70 in coverage. Christian Wilkins didn't play much, 74 overall. Charles Snowden had a very, very, very solid 73 overall defensive grade. Not bad, 51. Needs to be way higher. Rushing grade, coverage grade, 55.8. Why we kept Snowden and let Caleb Von Chasen go, bro, I will never know, dude. I will never know. It makes no sense to me, especially after the DUI and all that shit. I hope the dude really, really, really bust out and shows, you know, make the upper management proud for bringing you back and giving you a chance, bro. Because, in my opinion, damn, I would have never, never, not with that shit. We got Amari Burney, 6'2", 228. Another 6th round pick. Another grade below 60 in everything but pass rush. We could use pass rush. Now, this is where it gets interesting, because everybody dogs on my guy Tyree Wilson. They keep talking shit about how he's a bust. Yes, he'll never live up to the number 7 overall pick. I'm never going to argue with that. But I am gonna argue the fact that people say, "Oh, if we took Jalen Carter, we'd be this, we'd be so much better." We no, 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 no. Jalen Carter has almost 300 more snaps, only 2 more sacks, has a lower rush defense grade, um, with a lot less snaps. The pressures are not different, much different, and I'm gonna break all that shit down tomorrow. Definitely, because when I was looking at this shit, I'm like, bro, how does everybody dog on Tyree Wilson, who missed an entire half of the season with the ankle injury, and everybody knew he wasn't gonna play. So basically, last year was his rookie year, and if you compare last year to Jalen Carter's first year, there's really no difference. Like, not much, not much at all, except for the amount of snaps. So look for Tyree Wilson to be getting jiggy with it this year. I'm saying 66 overall grade, run grade, which I keep saying he needs to be on the defensive line. He is not a natural edge rusher. Defensive, anywhere, the 2 technique, 3 technique, 4 technique. Put him on the D line. Don't put him on the edge. Put him on the D line. He is damn good when it comes to rushing to the run grade. Stopping the run, 72.4. Now getting to the passer, a little bit different, 57. But even out in coverage, 66.9. So these are not bad grades. They're bad grades for a 7th overall pick. I'm not gonna. I have no argument with that. Again, a guy that they drafted knowing wasn't gonna play the first year, and he really came in and had to play like the rest of our team. Aiden O'Connell, Jacorian Bennett. The list goes on and on of guys that had to come in. DJ Glaze, JPJ, all these guys had to come in and play that didn't have time to develop. So I'm gonna give a little bit of slack on that, not much, but you have to take that with a grain of salt. That's not as bad as it looks. Now, Mari Gaynor, guy needs to get more burn, right? Coverage grade is a 60. Other than that, but he has 12 attempts. Bro, the fool was on a 12. What are you gonna do with 12 attempts as a rookie? Like, why even put me out there? Just let me watch. Come on, like, I don't understand that shit. So there was so much about this coaching staff that I don't understand. We are coming to the end. Malcolm Kuntz didn't have a grade last year. Ovi Ogulafawa is a defensive end that I know absolutely nothing about. (6'4", 250 LSU Tiger. Okay, well, doesn't say what round, so obviously a UDFA. I'm sure if damn, Jack Kenner been going off. What happened? Um, holy shit. Damn, I'm way behind in this chat. I'm never gonna catch up. Holy shit. If East Coast Gridiron is still in the building, I bet he knows most of these players. Actually, I'll pretty much guarantee he knows a lot more than I do. Obi Ogulfa, LSU. I haven't seen much. I seen him play at LSU against Arkansas. That's the only LSU game I watched. So, other than that, 2 years ago, I don't know. So we still, I forgot to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 edge rushers. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 defensive ends. I mean, defensive line, tackle, whatever you want to call it, interior D line. So that's our roster. Of course, Daniel Carlson, AJ to the Kizzle. That's our roster. That's what it looks like. Who do I think is not going to make the roster? I cannot predict. Somebody asked me that question. That's why I brought this roster up. I was going to go through cuts. I don't see Carter Bradley being here unless they really, really see something in him. I could really see guys like Christian Wilkerson, being on the bubble of making it. Foreman, I don't really see. Um, at this point, I even have questions about Trey Tucker making this roster. Honestly, where he was drafted, what he's done, just doesn't add up. And you can't say it's quarterback play because look what Brock Bowers did with shitty quarterback play. Look at what Jacoby Myers did with shitty quarterback play. So Trey Tucker's got to get it together. That's a dude that I had high hopes for last year, and he's struggling. Yes, he didn't get a lot of snaps, almost 50, but the production for the 50 snaps it's iffy. It's iffy, definitely iffy. Um, Kai Phillips, Alex Bachman, Derek Jackson, Tyreek McAllister. I'd be surprised if any of those dudes make this roster next year. Running back wise, Sincere McCormick, um, Chris Collier, probably. I mean, Isaiah Spiller might have a chance. The one thing I don't like is I did see in the video, he said when he got in the game he didn't know the play and he had to ask Aiden O'Connell, I believe. I could have been, maybe heard that wrong. But if that's the case, that's kind of scary. Like, you shouldn't be put in the game if you don't know the playbook, especially when Dylan Labe's been there, all through camp, knew the playbook. So obviously the other coaching staff seen something in this kid. So I don't know about Spillers, but from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I can see us probably keeping, 6 of those, and I see us probably drafting 2 more. So 2, possibly 3 running backs are going to get cut. Tight ends, they more than likely will keep 4. We have 1 center. Will Putnam's in a damn good spot, right? He's the only true center. And I know JPJ is center, and they'll change it eventually. But we have 2 centers, 3 guards that I all see making it. I see all these guys on the team. Dalton Wagner, DJ Glaze, Munford. That's the dude I want to talk about. Gotta live. I have no idea how to say dude's name, but Dalton Wagner, I'm even questioning if he doesn't have a huge breakout off season. I mean, not off season, camp and preseason. I don't see him being here another year. I don't see him, taking the chance. We got guys that we need guys that can compete. So I believe for him, this is probably his last year, and maybe not even make it out of camp if he doesn't take a big leap or show a big leap from where he was last year, in my opinion. We need tackles, bro. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know if Dalton Wagner makes it. DJ Glaze, Munford. We don't know what's up with Colton Miller, so after camp we could easily have 3 tackles if we don't draft one. This dude, this cat right here. I'm not even gonna try to attempt that shit. Adizi, I think is his last name, but he's 6'5", 325-pound tackle that hopefully could, turn into something. He was a UDFA, I believe, last year, which I don't remember him being picked as a UDFA. So, I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But, anyways, tackle is scary. Guard, you can't go into camp with 5 guards and 5 tackles. We have 67 or 68 currently on the roster right now as we speak. We need to get to 94 before camp. That is 26 players, I do believe, off the top of my head, math. right? Yeah, that's 26 cats. We got 9 picks, you know, 5 to 8 UDFAs, maybe 9, probably 9. So that's 19. That's another 7 guys we're gonna have to come up with. Um, if we don't cut any between then, so we need to stack. We need some guards and tackles in this draft, and some cover linebackers. That's why I keep saying Jahad Campbell. Jahad Campbell, in my opinion, is the best cover linebacker in this draft. Some say he's not a linebacker. I disagree. Maybe Chris Paul Jr. I really like Chris Paul Jr. Um, Teddy Buchanan, I think out of Cal. Um, Danny Stutzman, I kind of like. I kind of like Stutzman. He's damn good all around coverage, rushing the passer. So yeah, that's my positions of need, bro. That's who I think is gonna make it on offense, defensive wise. Kai Blue Kelly, I would be absolutely surprised if he is on this roster. Um, MJ Devonshire, another 7th round pick. It's not really a guy you got to keep on the team. So to me, I questionable. Sam Webb, I believe, makes the team. Corian Bennett, Darnay Holmes has to make the team. I mean, not Darnay Holmes. It was Harper that was the coverage guy, right? Yeah, Darnay Holmes was decent, rushing the passer. But other than that, eh, eh. I mean, they did re-sign him, but it's not a huge contract, right? It's nothing they can't get out of if he doesn't make the cut. So there's a battle there between him and MJ Devonshire, I believe. Decamarion Richardson, Eric Stokes are locks. So Stokes, Decam, Corian Bennett, Sam Webb are the 4 guys I believe are locks for the roster out of the 9. Safety wise, Ron Harper, Isaiah Powell, Chin. I'm really hoping Lonnie Johnson, with his size and speed, could back up all the shit he talked in all the press conferences and shit he's done, because he talked a big game, right? He's here for a mission. He wants to be that dude. He wants to prove to the NFL, to the coaches, to himself, um, that he belongs here, right? That he belonged being a first round pick. The injuries was the problem. He's not the guy that he's supposed to be, and I hope he lives up to that. I really want to see Lonnie Johnson succeed. So Jeremy Chin, hopefully Lonnie Johnson, Pau Mao. Um, I know we just re-signed him, but there is a world if Lonnie Johnson, I mean, his stats are right there. If he stays healthy, if Trey Taylor busts out, Chris Smith was a way better player in at Georgia than Isaiah Palmau was at USC. I do believe. I do believe. So, there could be a battle there. There could be some guys we're not expecting to get cut. Linebacker wise, Tommy Eichenberg was a high pick. He's still under, that rookie contract. I don't see him going nowhere. Um, I don't know shit about Jackson Mitchell, Brandon Smith. If these guys, come in and compete, then it's going to be rough on Kanai Muaga, Devin White, Tommy Eichenberg. And I really believe we have to draft somebody. We need to cover it. We need a cover. Uh, we need an all around. We need somebody that can rush the passer, that can stop the run. And to me, it's Jahad Campbell. It's just that's me. Um, Defensive line, we're not keeping that many interior. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I would be surprised if Matthew Butler makes it. I think it's Jonah Lalu. I think it's Adam Butler, Christian Wilkins. I don't know why they have Tyree Wilson as an edge. He should really be on the D line. So maybe one of these, two or more of these cats make it. If I do, I think Zach Carter. That would be 4, and then you just keep Tyree as an edge, but play him at D. So you know, Snowden re-signed. He's gonna have to prove himself a lot. David Agoa, I really want to see what dude has. I seen flashes of him last year that I want to see what's up. Amari Burney is he got to do something this year, right? It's that year. It's getting close to where come on, man, it's time. It's time. It's time to show something. You got to flash some kind of bits, some kind. Show us something. But he's under rookie contract, so it's gonna take him a minute. I don't know why I keep clicking all the way back. Um, but out of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 edge rushers, I see Max, Malcolm, Amari Gainer, which should be in a linebacker position. Hopefully they adjust that and fix that and put him where he needs to be at linebacker in my opinion. And that, that doesn't leave much, bro. Between Snowden, Agoa, Amari Burney, and Andre Carter, we need help. Damn, this team is not as good as I thought. So that's what we got for that shit. I'm done at looking at shit. My eyes hurt, and I'm gonna have to come back and holy fuck, read all these because there's a lot. Let's just start at the bottom. I guess I will have to look it up. Jack Kenna says, look it up. You don't let your lady use the bathroom there. Wait, what? Alright, I don't think I need to talk much on any of these. Me and Rebel spent the entire draft together on the Ziegler draft. Shout out to my guy Kenna. Glad we could chop it up. Nice, glad y'all connected in the chat. Hell yeah. Get each other's contact. Stay in touch. Bullshit. Grow this channel, grow the family, grow the nation. United we stand, divided we fall, right? There's so many Raider Nation, bro. We be controlling the NFL and how shit goes. If we could just all reunite and be on the same page, we can make waves on this shit. We just gotta be on the same page. Holy shit, that's a lot of chat. Alright, man. If I missed anybody's shit tonight, I apologize. Frank Mid, left tackle, money is 17 mil. Yeah, I got that. Bosa played Miller, Glaze, trust me. I think Art Shell ever came in not ready. No. Hell fucking no. Do I think Art Shell ever came in not ready? Hell no, bro. Hell no. You think Jim Otto ever came in not ready? That dude played with a busted orbital bone, broken eye socket, fucking. Come on, man. They don't make them like they used to. We can't compare Miller to any of those guys. Stop with the nonsense, please. I love y'all, but stop with that. Damn. Miller not holding the team hostage. It'll be a long vet and missing voluntary camp. Yeah, he's missing voluntary camp. We get it. I talked about it. I just think he should be there. He's a captain. He got to be there. But if it gets to the point where he's holding out, then you got to move on. I feel we have adults adulting, and when you have adults adulting in the building, it leads to good shit, right? So I'm not worried about situations like this. In the past, last year, the year before, I'd have been flipping the fuck out. Oh my God, they're going to release Colton Miller. We're not going to trade him like we did Derek Carr because we're too stupid to try to get something for him or take what's given. And we'll just rather let him go. And I would have panicked and been flipping out. Holy shit, Colton Miller's gone. But now, Spytech in the building. Musa Rebel in the building. I'm not flipping. I'm good. I'm not tripping out. I'm gonna try to stop exploding over stupid shit. I think we got it. I think they can handle this shit. And I got faith in the staff, bro. More than I ever. 50 years, bro. I mean, if you're new to the channel, like Raiders, like that shit's tatted on me for life. It ain't going nowhere. I'm a diehard Raider fan. 50 years. 50 years of this shit. You panic. You panic when your best left tackle, a guy that's been with the one of the last original Oakland Raiders, don't have no guarantee money and isn't in the building when he should be. It's not mandatory, but he should be. So in the past I would have flipped the hell out, but I think we're in good hands, like Allstate. You know what I'm saying? We're good hands. Watch the highlights from last year. Mac ran right through. Not just Mac. It wasn't just Mac. It was who did we play that had a rookie? We played somebody that had a rookie defensive end, and he just kept Colton Miller on ice skates the whole entire fucking game. It was every single snap. Everyone. There wasn't a good one. It was like everyone, bro. He got beat on the inside. He got beat with chop moves. He was getting beat with bends on the inside. He was getting beat just running around him, straight past him on the outside because he wasn't quick enough to take those 3 steps sideways to get over there to block him. Jack Kenna, I love you. I know Colton Miller is your guy. He's a lot of Raider guys fans. But you have to be completely transparent with this shit. He was slow as hell last year, and he had a shoulder injury, not a leg injury. Not a leg injury. So, Colt Miller, bro, it's questionable. It's questionable. I want spit it out. I want JPJ mentality in every position. Nasty, bleed silver and black. That's what we are missing. 100% shout out to you. Like, I need a buzzer, a clap, fucking something. But yeah, says it all, bro. Shout out to Raider Nation 510. Oh, Raider Nation. Oh, my bad. That was Nav Man. Shout out to Nav Man. Shout out to Raider Nation 510 also. But Nav Man's killing it tonight, bro. He's coming with the hot takes. He getting ready for his channel. Nav Man got a channel coming out. I'm gonna plug it as much as I can, my brother. Just keep reminding me. Oh my God, blink already. All right. Woo, wee. But yeah, Navman with the hot takes today. I want everybody to have that bleed silver and black. JPJ has the greatest quote I've ever heard in my fucking life, coming from any fan, and that's Al Davis. That's everybody included. When that man said you play for the name on the back, or you play for the name on the front of the jersey to represent a name on the back, that kid had me sold. I was drinking the Kool-Aid, pouring vodka, tequila, and I don't even drink, but I was pouring all shit in there. I was getting drunk off the Kool-Aid. I ain't gonna lie. JPJ had me sold just from those statements. And then he came on the field. And then he came on the field. And then he came on the field and did that shit. I was sold, bro. I was sold. It's not the greatest technique. He gonna get some penalties. He's gonna get beat. It's gonna take some time. But I will take him getting beat as many times as he gets beat. Because the good plays, or the plays he don't get beat, are nasty as fuck. And it's fun to watch. And I love that mentality. It tickles my fancy if you must, but for sure, dude is a dog, bro. Damn it, y'all keep typing and losing my spot. Slow down. No, I'll never find it. Oh, got it. Rebel had a commander. I think I got that. Oh shit, I'm way past that. Why'd I keep going so far up? I don't think this regime is interested with demands. I think they were more interested in hungry players that have shit to prove. No matter what we do, a Super Bowl is not realistic this year. I, 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 I can't drink that Kool-Aid. I can't I can't drink that Kool-Aid. As much as I want to say there's no way, I can't. I can't. I can't. I bleed the silver and black you were talking about, and as a Raider fan, there is no fucking way in ever in history that I'm gonna say we don't have a chance. Now, even when we're shitty, okay, you're not gonna say, hear me say it. I'm not gonna go out and just be like, oh, we have a real chance to win the Super Bowl this year. But when you look at the Texans, when you look at the Commanders, when you look at the Chargers and the Broncos, how fast these teams flipped. None of them had a Max Crosby, a Christian Wilkins, a JPJ, a Colton Miller, a Brock Bowers, a Jacoby Myers, Chin. They didn't have all these players already in place that are hungry, that have been waiting to win for a long ass time, that are just waiting for the right puzzle pieces to be put in place. They didn't have all that shit. We do. We have guys that could gel, and just like that, we have a quarterback, we have the front line, a couple pieces in this draft and free agency, and there is a chance that we could be competitive this year. Now, do I think so? No. But is there a chance in hell? Yes, yes. I'm not gonna go on a go all out and say there's no way, no way. It's probably not realistic. I agree. It's not realistic. But there is a chance. There is a chance. So and with this coaching staff, bro, Pete Carroll, it's not his first rodeo. I know you know that. I know we all know that. He's done this shit for many, many moons. He already has a formula. That same formula has worked everywhere he's went. Why won't it work in the first year with the Raiders? When he got to Seattle, he didn't have a Max Crosby, not even close. He drafted a Bruce Irving. He drafted a Cam Chancellor. He didn't have those guys in spot. He didn't have a running back. He went and traded for a Marshawn Lynch. He drafted a guy like Richard Sherman. He put those pieces together with the plan that he had already, the blueprint he already has. I will not ever, ever, ever doubt Pete Carroll and what he can do with that blueprint that's worked everywhere. Now, with the pieces we have and the possible fact that we could get Ashton Genty this year and a shutdown corner like Trey Amos, in the second round, or move back up in the first, or maybe he falls to the second. You take a chance, let him fall. If not, there's guys like Morrison. There's guys we could get that could help us compete right away, and a couple draft pieces, move back up into the first round. 2 picks in the first round can change everything for this franchise. And if Geno could not turn the ball over, we have a chance to compete, bro. The Broncos competed last year when I thought they had no chance. I bit my words because I said the Chargers, there was no way in hell they were making the playoffs with the roster they had, with the rebuild they had to go through, losing all their receivers, their running backs. They let everybody go and brought in dudes that were nowhere near the caliber of a Jeremy Chin. They didn't bring anybody that was the caliber. I can't believe I'm even saying this, but as a Geno Smith, they didn't bring in high caliber guys. They went and got cheap UDFA, free agents, and a couple of draft picks, and that, boom, they made the playoffs just like that, and they could have went further. if they didn't have the injuries they had, or they had another number one receiver. So, man, we can. There is a chance. There is a chance we're competitive, and how realistic it is, I don't know, but I just feel like this team could be sneaky good and surprise the shit out of a bunch of teams. If you look at our record at home, very favorable, very favorable. There's some games that are very winnable. If you look at our road record, it's not that bad. Our roughest our roughest games, I believe, are divisional. If we can win in the division or go 3-2, 5-1, we have a damn good shot of making the playoffs. An insane shot. Have you seen film on a DJ Glaze college teammate? He has a dog too. That's where I remember that dude from. All right, all right. No, thank you, Raider Nation 510. I appreciate you, my brother. Shout out to the 22 people rocking in the building. Raiders. Appreciate y'all rocking with me. Hit them like buttons if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you like what you see. If you would like to become a member of the Raider Unleashed family, shit, you know what to do. Become a member. Actually, I should have put a link up in this bitch, but I'm slacking, so probably why I don't have members. No. I did see a little bit of tape on him, and most of it, of course, was college. He is also a beast. He's not, doesn't have the athleticism I think that DJ Glaze has, but has potential. Definitely has potential. Size wise, what I say he was 6'5", 230 or 330. It's a big man, bro. That's a big man. So we have some potential on the tackle, like Dalton Wagner, like this dude. That shit could take that next step this year. They have time to deal with this. I don't know. If you're talking about they have time to deal with the Colton Miller thing, I don't know how much time you got. Like, the draft is next Thursday. Do you really want to go past the draft and not knowing if you need to take a left tackle or not? Because if you start talking, I'm sure they've been talking. I mean, they already know he's got no guaranteed money. I'm sure, pretty positive, his agent has already been on the phone saying, my boy ain't got no money. Need that guaranteed money. He was hurt the year before. He missed half the games in the beginning of the season. Like, can I get that bag? Let's get a new contract. So I'm sure there's talks already. They know. So the Raiders need to know what the chances are of bringing him back. Is it going to be, pretty high chance that they work out a deal, or are the two teams way off? And if they're way off, then that's going to be bad if we don't know going into the draft, in my opinion. And is it 7 days away from the draft? Is it 7 days away from the draft? Really, 7 days? Shit. Oh God, I'm getting excited now. I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight thinking about it. I can't wait for this shit to be over. Both Colton Miller and Michael Mayer have no guaranteed. I heard Max bitch. What? I heard Max bitch on a no guaranteed. Why not them? I don't listen, my guy Jack Kenna. I don't have an answer for you. I don't have an answer. Actually, I do have an answer. I wasn't, and I'm still not happy about the Max Crosby deal. Like, it wasn't a necessity. It wasn't a necessity. Yes, he didn't have no guaranteed money, but he had 2 years on his contract. Colton Miller only got one with no guaranteed. Jacoby only got one. And it's way, way less money. Way less money. Why wouldn't you take care of the lesser guys and just tell Max, bro, we got you. Here's another 8 mil, 10 mil like we did last year. You know, take your family out to dinner. Shit. Put your next 6 generations of family through college. here's another 8 mil. Don't worry about the signing bonus. We're getting to it. Would have been great, right? You know how many investors we have in the Raiders now? Well, we got four minority owners, 3 of them billionaires. You think $8 million, $10 million to make Max happy for this year would have hurt our pockets? I mean, not our pockets, their pockets. Hell no, shit. It'd have been like giving somebody $10. Right? They're millionaires. They're gonna make that shit in the stock market tomorrow. So the Max deal wasn't a necessity to me. To me, it didn't cost us a lot. We added another 10 mil or whatever, 9 mil to his contract. Gave him a bunch of guaranteed money. Wasn't a necessity. If they thought Colton Miller and Jacoby was that dude, wasn't a necessity, or cornerstones to this team, they should have taken care of that first. That's my opinion. So yeah, I agree. Max got their money and they do deserve theirs, but they should have got theirs first, in my opinion. Like, Max still got 2 years left. It's he signed the same contract that he just got done signing 2 years ago, right? You play for 2 years, you get no more guaranteed money, you sign a new contract. Like, fuck it. I need to play in the NFL. I need some money like that. But I'm not arguing the fact that they need to get their money. I want to see Colton Miller and Michael Mayer here, but I don't want to see Colton Miller here for $20 million and him give up 7 fucking sacks. I can't do that. I can't watch that shit. I can't watch it without talking shit about him. Like, I can't do it calm without my heart rate and my blood boiling and fucking wanting to jump out of my skin or smash somebody's damn head. I can't do it. I'm too old. I get too angry. That's why I smoke. That's why I smoke. That's why I started smoking out lives. No, I control myself. Frank Weber, plenty of time as long as Colton knows his replacement can be drafted and his demanding. What? I don't know. I don't get that. I'm just gonna skip away from that comment. I just seen Ashton Genty got an endorsement deal from Saks. They endorsed Max Crosby as well. Yes, shout out for that. I seen that. Somebody mentioned that yesterday, and I find it very interesting. Find it very interesting. But maybe they just like his sack. I don't know. Almost all of these guys are either centers or left tackles at some point. Guys on our roster? I don't know. Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa gave Colton Miller too much trouble. Everybody gave Colton Miller trouble. I'm telling you. Everybody. He got worked by some UDFAs. He got worked by... I'm not playing. Go look it up. There was... If I think of the name of the team, I'll remember. I'll have to go back and see if I still had a game. The game's still on my shit. Because I had to delete a bunch of shit. Get too much space. Mac plays versus Glaze side. What? Khalil Mack playing all over. They starting to use him hybrid style. Pay the man and keep moving forward. It would be nice. And I'm sure that's what's going to happen. Only if they feel like he's the guy. Let's get it done. Let's keep one of our only original Oakland Raiders in the building, bro. Don't let the man leave. If he's not washed up, bring him back. I said he had 7 sacks last year. He got worked. But on his defense, because Colton is my dude. after December, he was the old Colton Miller. Now, is that any indication of what he's going to be next year? You know, it takes some time, right? He had a new guard next to him. He didn't know. He had not only one new guard next to him, he had four new guards next to him. You don't believe me? He had Andres Pete. He had Cody Whitehair. He had JPJ. He had five. He had Meredith play that spot a couple times, and Dylan Parham. He had five different starting guards next to him. So on Colton Miller's defense of being on ice skates a lot last year, I guess I take that back. It was one-on-one, so he wasn't really helping out the guards. But the guards could have probably helped him a little bit better. But when you're rushing on the outside, you're one-on-one with an island with that dude. You have to win your rep. You got to win your rep. So, man, it's rough, bro. It's rough. It's rough. Also played Miller side and Mac on Glay side. No different when Mac was a Raider. Navman 93. I want Raiders on this team, right? I want everybody on this team that wants to be here. If you don't want to be here, or if you feel like you've been done wrong by the other management or whatever the situation, you just don't want to be in Vegas no more, you're not bought into what's going on, get the fuck out, bro. Get the fuck out. Just go. Just go. Don't be shy about it. Don't try to get more money and still not want to be here or don't play, which I'm not saying he doesn't, but I want guys that want to be here. And guys that want to be here are the guys that are already in the building when it's not mandatory to be here. That's what tells me you want to be here. When you don't have to be. Right? When you don't have to be in the building and you're there at 6 o'clock in the fucking morning, that tells me you want to be here. That tells me you want to wear the silver and black. That tells me you're dedicated like this shit right here. That's what it tells me. Dudes that are not, I mean, some of them might be like Tyree Wilson, who is in Dallas or lives in the Texas area, and he trains out there. There's a couple other guys like Chin. I don't know if he's been in the building yet, but Chin does his, own workout regimen every single year that he's been in the league. So he's got his deal. People like that that have already had a routine, that work out by themselves or work out with certain people in the off season and have continued to do that. I'm not hating on that. If you're not in the building for that reason, that's fine. If you do, your own shit, what can you say, right? What can you say? But if you're just not in the building because you're like, shit, I'm going to go work out by myself, or I don't feel like it's time to work out, or whatever the situation is, then that doesn't show me you want to be here at all. Whoa, why'd that go back? 59 penalty unnecessary roughness completely. 15-yard penalties from the O-line, unnecessary roughness, completely acceptable to me. I love to see it, but it's not acceptable if it costs us games. 15 yards could be the difference in one football game. If it comes down to, a field goal at the end, damn, that 15-yard could have been another first down, or that 15-yard could come on third down. It could come on, third down when we're in field goal range and it takes us out of field goal range. So sometimes I can't be on board all the time with the stupid play. Now the tenacity, the toughness, the meanness and shit, throwing bodies around, pushing guys 5 yards down the field, that's all fine and dandy. But you gotta know when the whistle blows. You can't make the stupid plays. The stupid plays is what I don't like. After the whistle, nah. And when the whistle blows, bro, you gotta stop. You gotta stop. You can't cost the team games. And you can be aggressive without being stupid aggressive. I think. Maybe not. Raiders D line is absolutely 100 the strength of the team. Exactly. All those wide receivers are practice squad. Oh shit, I'm way behind. All right, so I'm just gonna get. Oh, did I pass that? Fuck my life. Don't report myself. Ouch. That would not be good. All right. What did Jeff say? 1-1-1-1-1-1-1-1-1. Thank you. JPJ reminds me of Jim Otto. All right. Esther Genty rush for yes he did. Roy Chong, what's good? Appreciate you in the building. Sorry it took me so long to get to you. I was trying to get to everybody else. I have a talking problem. Jeff deleted his message. Are you talking shit, Jeff? Need to trade Miller and Mayer. Package deal. Right, Jack? Are you trying to make Jack have a heart attack over here? You say, come on, Jeff, what are you doing? I have never liked Colton Miller that much, but that stat checks out. He is top 10 LT. What stat? Yeah, he's only 28, I think. Gonna be 29. I don't know what stat. Hold on, what stat? Did I miss a stat? In comparison, coming out of college, the greatest Marshall Faulk. What? That's not it. Coming out of no. Yeah, and Ashton Genty is different than Marshall Faulk and LT, in my opinion. Like, he's gonna be a great back like that, but has the potential to possibly be better. And I know that's why, because LT was absolutely insane, but LT was on a shit team, right? Marshall Faulk wasn't on the greatest Rams team, you know. So, if Genty goes to the right team, bro, stock market crash is worse than a divorce. Not only do you lose half your money, but but your wife still lives there. That's fucked up. We need more funny shit in the building. Keep pulling up, my guy. Ding ding. That was funny. Marriage is rough. I don't know what stat you're talking about. I couldn't find it. Whatever he's saying, he's a top 10 left tackle. That's cool. Leave the Chuck to bring politics into a Raider chat room this hour. Oh, did you delete Chuck's message? Chuck got booted? Jeff's on top of it. What's up? What are you talking about? There are 3 types of people in the world. Those who can't count and those who can't read. Oh shit. No, you won't. LOL. I missed the message though. Fuck. Nope, not me. The money Chuck dickhead was here. Now he's gone. 24 hours. Jeff with a lockdown, prison style. He said, "No, you do not. Get the fuck up out of here." All right, so I'm finally caught up on this shit. Why do I have a settings message? Chat filter. Top all messages. I don't know. Let's see if that keeps me at the bottom. But damn, it's been a long ass night. I gotta put a timer on this shit again. I forgot. But I appreciate all y'all rocking with me. Anybody got any questions? I had one more thing I wanted to bring up just before we get off. I could probably do it tomorrow. But I want to leave with asking this question. To the Raiders staff, if we do not end up drafting Ashton Genty, is it because of Tom Brady? Is it because they cannot convince Tom Brady? Because I believe, I have this feeling that if we do not draft Ashton Genty, that he is the one deciding factor that is not a board. Being a quarterback of his caliber, drafted late rounds, sixth round to be exact, put up the numbers he did, the amount of running backs he had behind him that were late round picks, bottom round picks, UDFAs. Like, I feel Tom Brady might have a problem taking Ashton Genty that high in the draft. He did play his whole entire career almost under Bill Belichick. Has Belichick ever drafted a running back in the first round? So ponder that. Y'all think about that. Let me know what you think, how you feel. Because I believe if it's not Genty, and it's not because we traded back, I think Tom Brady is the one person that's not aboard on the ship, so to say. Because I feel Spytek is. We know his son is. Shout out to Jack Spytek in the building. We know Pete Carroll is. We know Chip Kelly is, right? Or at least we all have a feeling that all those guys, I have a feeling Chip Kelly would love to try to create an offense for Ashton Genty, one of the best backs he's ever had. You know, well, I guess Travion's pretty good. I like Henderson and Judkins. But just the nightmares matchups that he could create with Brock Bowers, Michael Mayer, and Ashton Genty, and a guy like Jacoby Myers willing to do the dirty work and blocking, we would be so damn nasty just to have Ashton Genty. So that's my final thought. Y'all ponder that. Let me know what you think. But yeah, I feel that's got to be the only reason. Unless they feel linebacker, tackle, or corner has to be the spot and not running back. And again, I think it's Tom Brady got something to do with that. So that's just how I feel. But shout out, love y'all, appreciate y'all rocking with me this long. As always, Raiders. Peace. Much love. Oh wait, I probably should have read this last message. Brady is a face, but we don't have much stroke. He don't have that much stroke around here. I disagree. You could be right. He is in the behind the scenes, but I would almost bet the farm. Shit, I'd be willing to bet the farm. Just from everything that Spytek has said and everything that Pete Carroll has said, they talk to him constantly. They've both said they are on the phone more than once a day. They run everything through him and by him. They wouldn't call him that much, text him that much, run everything through him and by him if he didn't have that much say. So, yes, they're running their shit, but before they make a decision, don't think for a minute they ain't calling Daddy Brady and be like, yes, Daddy, what you want? Can we do this? Can we please draft this guy? No, it ain't that bad, but it might be, bro. I'm telling you, he ain't investing all this money and signing all these players and bringing in all these investors for them to make mistakes in the first round, second round, third round, any round. So that's just how I feel. That's what I think. How is Geno Smith? Boto Energy? What? um, I don't know, PMK88, but appreciate you pulling up. Make sure y'all, if you're not already, subscribe. Tickle the notification button to turn it on. Make sure you're notified when I go live or drop more videos. for the new members that just became members, Jeff's gonna put my ass to work because now I gotta go make a video and welcome everybody. Damn it, Jeff. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate you. Rebel, take that blinker yet? Did I not? Fuck. I took like 5 today, but all right, one on the way out. Is it working? Oh. Ooh, that burns. Too many of these in a day hurt, bro. All right, I'm gonna go finish that. The rest of that cookies, garlic cookies pre-roll. Yeah, peace out. Shout out to y'all. If Geno Boto is 10 of 10, then get Genty, but what is fucking I don't know what the fuck. Anybody know what Boto means? BOTO? Is it just me? Am I lost? Am I confused? Oh, I think I got it from the super chat earlier. Unless I missed one. If I did, I apologize. But I got you. Woo-wee. I don't think you were looking the whole time, Rosetown, because I took like 3 after she said that. I took 1 after she typed that in the chat. I took about 4 more after that. So I'm gonna get the fuck off here. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all rocking with me. Peace.